What's the deal in the den, my friends? So we're gonna talk about some shit. We just gonna talk about it, man. We just gonna we gonna talk about trash ass Blac Chyna. That horrible sex tape. White Persuasion, what's the motherfucking deal? HTX Savage, Man Things, Brandon, Jose, what's the motherfucking deal? Wise, what's the motherfucking deal? Man, Blac Chyna is not bad to me. But let's get this intro cracking, man. We finna get right into it.
Smoke weed every day.
Friends, what's the motherfucking deal? Man, how y'all doing this evening? If you're not familiar, this is the Kush. What's the motherfucking deal, Baker, man? Always good to see you. That's my dude right there. Always good to see you. We're going to talk about this trash ass Blac Chyna sex tape. But this is the Kush. If you're not familiar with the Kush is a 420 friendly conversation. We just lacking on a little 420, but we had that taken care of probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Wednesday. Let's just get into it, man. So like I say, if you smoke something, roll up. If you sipping on something, top off your cup. If you're underage, look, pour your ass a cup of warm milk and sit back, relax, and get a little bit of game. Man. Well, I can't care. I don't know what's up with that shit. Because I tell you, before every one of these things, I block all that tomfoolery out of there. Let me see let me see if it changed back or anything. Because it talk about the spam. No, that shit is off. Everything else is kosher. No age restriction. All that other shit is Gucci. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know why it does that. Because I love profanity. Y'all know I love the cursey words. But, like I say, so hopefully at this point in time, if y'all haven't seen it, man, you could go to X videos and watch it. Just type in Blac Chyna on the X videos. It's there. And if you underage, don't go to X videos. I ain't tell you to do shit, so don't be blaming me. Don't be talking about, I just said just to go to. I didn't tell you to do nothing. I told you to drink some warm milk and take your young ass to bed. But, man, the last night warm milk I was Shaq Kush mama. What's the motherfucking deal, Trizzy, babe? What's shaking, man? I'm gonna be hollering at you real soon. You know what I'm saying? HTX. We got Kaga Yuka ranked. I still don't even know if I'm saying that shit right. Chill Will, what's the motherfucking deal? Mr. 16. If you go to X videos, that's your own fault. I just told you where it could be found. I'm not instructing anybody underage to go nowhere. But let's just get right into it, man. That fucking sex tape was trash, dog. Blac Chyna, I've already told y'all, like, that's just not my type of bitch. It's too much fakery going on, too many fake body parts. Y'all already know she a clout chaser. And, she talked about the sex tape and got leaked, and she called the cops, but the first people reporting this shit is fucking TMZ. Man, like, what I got to realize with these celebrities and things, let me make sure we're in the mix, 345. With these celebrities and things, man, they have publicists who hit up TMZ to let them know where they're going to be and how they're going to be operating and all that other shit. And so how to get in touch with them. And so they know how. It's always convenient that TMZ is always on the scene when something goes down. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'd like, don't even waste it. This bitch is over there licking on a nigga knee and shit. How does that feel? Like, bitch, what the fuck? That's not where that goes. Like, what is you talking about? Like, what you got hoes who think they got too much shit going on. They really think they better than what they is. And like I said, this could be something older. I don't know from what time frame the tape was, but whenever it was, that shit was weak. That shit is trash, man. It's trash, dog. Like, you already know she a cloud chaser because she was fucking with what's his name who liked to fuck with the young hoes, Tiger. And then she backdoor and got with the fucking Kardashian dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, You don't really care about that, dude. You just know these Kardashians got the shine right now, so you just trying to do whatever you can. These are the bitches we talking about like last night. We were talking about these bitches who use kids for a check. She ain't gotta fucking work because she fucking go out and have celebrity babies. Like, niggas better stop falling in love with the fucking pussy. Like, fuck that, dog. But like I say, the ass look like trash. Fucking looking hard and shit. Bitch can't ride no wood. Like, dead, she talk about it hurting, trying to change. Like, man, what? Like, how the fuck you gonna go out and look like a sex doll and try to make yourself look like a sex object and can't fuck? That's like the thing that kills me. What kind of, you in the wrong fucking, you in the wrong career field. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to be a fucking professional tease because you, these hoes, they be stripping. They, trust me, they be doing some extra too. But, you know, you in the wrong career field. You can't take no wood. Like, what good is this, dog? I don't know if it's on Pornhub. I don't know if it's on Pornhub. I just saw it on X videos. So, you know, X videos, they ain't nothing ethical about them. They gonna motherfucking me. This cup looks fucking crazy. That's why. I mean, she on the dick crooked and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ow, it's time. Ow, like, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? What is really going down, dog? It's just, why was she scared at that? That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. It's like I say, it was awful, dog. It was awful, dog. Like, it was the fucking worst. It's probably she was worse than the fucking Kardashian. Like, at least what's her name looked halfway decent just laying there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know her. She's a poser. She's a sex dog. I don't know why you can't curse, man. I have no idea. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like I say, I have no ability to adjust none of that. I don't know why the fuck it, yeah, shit. Baker man cursing. Yeah, she got fake cakes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, can't fuck. I don't know. It's just you, man. Everybody else cussing. Low skill hoe. Yeah, she lacking. It's just you, Mr. 16 and 0. You need to drink some milk. You know what I'm saying? You the only one that can't cuss. Everybody else cussing. Real family. Duck Scout. His shit profanity is working. You know what I'm saying? Baker man profanity working. Everybody else shit working. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you need some milk. Where the fuck is Paris ass at? I ain't no telling. Don't do warm milk is a trap. What was your warm milk experience? White persuasion. That's very interesting. Yeah, look. Heidi be doing yoga and MMA. She gonna put that gorilla grip on. You better be careful. You might get caught up in something you don't want to get up out of there. Okay, he was just streaming. Oh, okay, my fault. Ooh, Jim Beam and apple juice. I'm on my classic dog, little Tito's and cranberry. Yeah, that's that. Y'all know I don't ever do too much. You say I ain't watched the sex tape. I've seen enough today. Man, look, you'll get forgiveness for watching that shit. That shit ain't even the same. That shit is. Here's a word that I've never used in relation. I mean, to define probably any porn that I've ever watched. That shit was pathetic. That shit was the most pathetic shit that I've ever seen. And these are the type of bitches that put value on their fucking pussy. This is why I say, man, that shit don't mean shit to me, dog. Like, you go check that shit out. You let me know how that shit goes, dog. It's garbage, dog. It's purity trash. Like, it's gonna be a waste of your time, honestly. Like, I'm being serious, dog. Like, you honestly, you gonna go watch that and just realize, like, wow, I didn't miss anything. Why did I do that? I didn't even watch. Like I said, I kind of chopped it up through it because I already seen how it was bad. Somebody had shot me the link earlier, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh my god, this shit is awful, dog. This bitch must not have no driver's license. Shit, she can't even be on the passenger side. She can't ride. She can't do shit, dog. Like, it is, dog. It's cringy. It is. Like, I've never heard of a cringy sex tape. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Licking on the nigga knee, like, what the fuck is the nigga ashy? Like, what are you doing? how does this feel? Bitch, it feel like you licking my fucking knee. I got a whole dick right here for you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take care of that. And when we done and you want to get on some extra shit, the knee will not go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? The knee will not mind. You can take care of all that other shit, dog. It was awful, dog. Like, I'd be trying to arrest somebody too. I'd be trying to call the cops too, because I wouldn't want that shit leaked. Like, I'm trying to think like the most average housewife ever is doing a much better job. Like, it's bitches who fucking their husband, they hate their husband. You want a divorce, they fucking it with some petty sex that's doing better than that. Like, that shit is the worst, dog. It's the worst sex tape ever, dog. It is hands down the worst sex tape I've ever seen in my life. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Shit, she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. She knew that shit was being recorded. Shit, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you portray yourself as a sex symbol and your sex is fucking whack, dog? Like, I know you could tell she's been whacked. Like, she's a clout chaser, dog. You see even like on the thumbnail, all that fakery, the face looking like Planet of the Apes and shit. Like, that's what I be telling you, man. I don't like that fake shit, dog, because the booty didn't even jiggle right. Like, she bent over, that whole setup like this, dog, and it was just might as well have been pancake from the back. It was just a big lump up top and pancake action going on in the back, dog. Like, the little fucking shit that she tried to ride, the shit looking like a little nugget and shit. That shit was suck, dog. That shit was. Is it worse than the Kim? No, Kim's sex tape, the Kim Kardashian sex tape, compared to this sex tape, gets 5 stars, dog. I'd give Kardashian sex, and her shit was awful because she just laid there. I'd give Kardashian 5 stars compared to this shit right here, man. Oh man, you fucking with the Fruity Loops? Sex in the Dark where you can't see that. I watched it. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's awful, dog. All right, it's awful. Like, I done fuck with some freaky bitches in my lifetime. I done had some hoes introduce me to some shit. Bitch ain't never licked my motherfucking kneecap, dog. Like, where does that even come from? Like, who was like, well, what kind of shit? What the fuck? Like, dog, man, it's just... I don't know. We're gonna have to see some of these white sex tapes, man. I don't know. They'll be leaking their shit. I don't know. I done seen some of them. No, the white people, they get caught by the fappening. They get all they shit caught off the iCloud and released. And I seen some of them. I mean, they necessarily weren't sex tapes that I seen, but I seen some of them images, and there's definitely a lot of what is that? A lot of what's the word I'm looking for? What's that? That a lot of roast beef out there in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it is, but I mean, I stick to a certain preference of pornography. To see paid sex tape, man, I'm not even with it. No, what's her name? Fuck it, I remember watching Chyna. Chyna had the roast beef action. Mickey James. Not familiar with Mickey James. You know, Ed Cringe's page from WOD. I see you talking about. I don't know. Like I say, I ain't never seen that one. Shit. If I'm watching anything, it's gonna be some old homemade type shit. Look, I don't want all this action shit. I want to see some bitches who like fucking for the sake of fucking, not because they getting paid to try to fucking act. They ain't getting monetarily. Well, they might be. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But they're not getting financially compensated. You know, the real freaks. I want to see some real shit if I'm gonna watch some shit like that. I'm not finna fuck around and watch no staged ass shit. That just, it ain't what it is, man. It just that shit just don't really work for me. All that high definition, that whole fucking you know, just all that accessory, extra shit to act in the storylines. Like, I don't need all that shit. Give me some homemade shit shot on the old potato phone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna rock with that shit. Let me say, Rocco's Ready 60. I've heard that name. But I don't. The name doesn't come to me, the image don't come to mind. Rocco's Freddy. I know I've probably seen a porno with that name in it from Make Shakira 40-year-old bring a sex. Look, now I know Shakira got to be working. The hips, what did it say? Hips don't lie, something like that. That's what I'm saying though. The knee licking shit, dog. Like that shit, dog. I hit a bitch with a tiger uppercut. She tried to lick my kneecap. Like what? So you gonna pause this blowjob to start licking my fucking knees? Like what is you really trying to tell me? You know what I'm saying? You could have told me you got some cocoa butter or something. You know what I'm saying? If that's the issue, like all that extra shit is unnecessary. Oh, that's right. You sure did. Yeah, she really licked his knee like was going to. How does that feel? How do you like that? Yeah, I forgot Baker Man sure did slide to the Argentina, man. Yeah, she went in on the knee, went hard on the kneecap than she did on the dick, dog. Ain't that some shit? You say, Brittany Jones? Oh, that name sounds familiar. That one sounds familiar too. I might have seen something from Brittany. That name sounds familiar. All right, I'll have to let me put these on the notebooks to check out. That name does sound familiar though. But I'm sure if you watch enough porn, you're gonna come across some name. A bitch trying to lick your armpit, dog. What kind of shit is that? Like, now I've heard of bitches being into some like, you know, like musky shit and liking some weird shit like that, like in man musk. But like, so I could almost, I don't even say I could almost see that. I could see where it came from if they into that type of shit. But a kneecap? What does a kneecap do? Like what? It don't even got a little bit. I don't know. Maybe you can be funky behind a kneecap. I don't know how you would even find out about that. But it's just like I'm a prude. You have to look if kneecap licking is where it is coming down to. That yeah, I'm definitely in the prude party because that shit is wild. Hold on, right here. But let me get that in and keep it updated. So yeah, that's what I say. That shit it was trash. It's really the worst fucking sex tape I've ever seen. Like, and this is not me making an exaggeration. This is not me being funny. This is not cracking a joke. Like you really would not feel any kind of way after fucking watching that shit. You're gonna be like, man, I really just wasted the time out of my life. But I tell you, I say that all the time. That's what I tell you. I mean, I'm not with the oh yeah, we're gonna get it in. We're gonna get that rematch in, man. We definitely will. This one big licked the sweat off me when I was smashing. Another one that I'm telling you, like, bitches be into some weird shit, man. Like the fuck Asian porn lick armpits and suck man too. That's weird. No kneecaps, no armpits. Yeah, that's why I draw the line, man. Look, there's just a certain kind of when the freaks want to get funky. I'm gonna have to turn down the monkey. Sarah ain't gonna have to make his face like you ever real life. You think she having a seizure? Oh, check that out though. That's wild. Let's say, what's the deal, Keller boys? What's shaking? Man, it's not. Look, if you watch shit like that, you're gonna be like, "That's what I'm missing out on." Shit, I'm gonna go be a nun. I'm gonna go join a convent or some shit. Like, that's all you gotta do. It's some nuns who probably like, "I wish I've never taken a dick in my life. I may leave the convent to go pursue a man." And you show them that Blac Chyna say, "What is happening here? I don't understand. I need to pray on this. I'll never leave." Like. That shit is out of. I ain't never rock with an Asian either. I don't think. I think I want to say I had a chick that was mixed with Asian, but not full blooded. I heard it's supposed to be sitting sideways, like they say. Yeah, you ain't lying. That's what it looked like, dog. It looked like some fucking. The ass look nasty. That's why I say I don't like fake asses. Like, that shit don't appeal to me at all, though. I don't like fake nothing. Like I said, I'd rather have a bitch with You know what I'm saying? One titty bigger than the other and a motherfucking some cellulite in the booty cheeks. Then fuck with some shit like that, dog. That shit just, it looks unappealing. Like, that shit would honestly, like, from that position where she ride, what was that, where she was so-called trying to reverse cowgirl or so-called trying to ride or whatever. Like, looking at that ass out, my shit would have went soft, dog. Like, shit. I watched the sex tape, I wouldn't even rock that. My shit would softer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? That shit is craziness, man. You say Asians had the weirdest moment. It sound like a little girl getting choked. No, I don't want none of that. I don't want her to sound like, would I watch a security sex? Of course I would. That's not even a question. I've seen the Pen Olympics. I watched that one more time. That shit is crazy. I don't know what's that all about. What's shaking with, oh, the Pain Olympics. Oh, that sound like some other shit. That sound like some other. So you say, Caviar, that's a myth that it ain't sitting sideways like Paul Wall and Pokey? Oh, man. I don't mind, you know, moaning and things like that. Like, you know, that's part of the process. Like, of course. But if she sounded like I look yelling and just look, you sound like I'm in here fucking assaulting you. You know, we gotta look, hey, bitch, shut up. Neighbors gonna think I'm in here motherfucking going against the grain and shit. Say, do not watch the Pain Olympics. I'm gonna take your word for it, man. It already sounded like some shit. Cause I'm thinking Olympics. I'm thinking, you know, some of the toughest athletes, some of the greatest athletes competing in, you know, specific games. But Pain Olympics, you talk about some extreme. It just sounds extreme. You know what I'm saying? You say, if you have not seen it, don't do it. You got tricked into it. Oh man. What is ASMR? The sex tape is like 13 minutes. Of course my sex tape is better than Blac Chyna shit. I mean, shit. It's because I'm in it. Oh, fuck no. Choke until she couldn't breathe. I go choke. When I grab your weave off. Most of the thing I'll do was tuck on hair and spank when I'm going. Like, here's the thing. I'll choke a bitch. But I ain't finna, like, cut off breathing passages or nothing like that. Like, you want me to pretend to kill you? You do realize I'm a large black man, right? And if something were to go haywire, I'm going to jail forever. And you might be dead. So, man, that's about it, dog. Everything else you, dog, you're not missing. I'm honestly like not going to, not even really recommending that you watch it. Like, the head wasn't all that. The fucking, like, how are you a fucking stripper and a freak? Like, you're supposed to be a man's fantasy. You know what I mean? But there was nothing. There was not a single element of there's not an element of fantasy in that video anywhere. Matter of fact, that's a good. We'll talk about that. So, excuse me, pardon me, I apologize. So let's talk about sex and fantasy for just a second, though. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of, like, porn does create a lot of this fantasy element. That's why I don't like the acting shit. Because, you know, it's like, it's sex and it's all this stuff, but of course there's an element of acting thrown into it to make it seem a little bit more than life. Now, some people do have sex lives that are like that, you know. And I mean, it is what it is. Some people are actually putting in that type of work. But for the most part, motherfuckers are having regular ass sex. It ain't nothing like in the fucking porno movies. You know, we're talking about average people. It ain't nothing like in the fucking porno movies. And let me fix that there. You know, the porno things just kind of amplify it, and it's just to get motherfuckers in the mood and shit like that. You know, it's not really what it is. It sells you this idea that is rather unrealistic. But, you know, people gonna buy into it. What I do with Blac Chyna, fuck no. Like, even before the sex tape, fuck no. Let's see. Just a large black guy choking a smaller. Yeah, it'll be over, man. They would choke his sex doll till the head fell out. That's fucked up. You have to buy a whole new one. Exactly, exactly. I feel disrespected talking about my sex tape and China shit. But I wouldn't fuck with I don't fuck with bitches that look like Blac Chyna. I'd rather a natural. Like I said, I'm telling you, I'd rather a natural ass bitch um, who about that action than somebody who trying to sell me wolf tickets to get interested and then she ain't worth the fuck. Like I'd expect a regular looking bitch to be so in bed and I could work with that, you know. But when you look like that, when you create this fantasy about yourself, you like I say, you put all this makeup on, you try to sell yourself as a sex object and you're a stripper or whatever all these things are. And a motherfucker will fuck with you. A motherfucker fucks with you. And you're trash. I mean, just like compost heap. Like, no, because compost, they actually, you know what I'm saying, when they fucking decompose, they actually are a benefit to the earth. So I won't even call her a compost heap. That bitch is non-biodegradable fucking ocean plastic. You know what I'm saying? Wash it up on the beach with a fucking turtle and a fish caught in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is awful, dog. Like, that shit is the worst shit I've ever fucking seen, dog. So she look like a fucking. You see, that's what I'm saying. You see all that? I don't like all that shit, dog. Like, they're like. Here's the thing. You got a lot of bitches, dog, and they get all this surgery and shit, and they go from looking like, you know, nice looking, decent women to looking like fucking trannies, dog. And you know, it is what it is. If you like bitches that look like that, but I don't understand. Like, here's things that I don't understand. I don't understand why women take fashion advice from gay men. These dudes aren't even interested in you. They don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not even trying to fuck. So why would you take their opinion on how you look the best? Like, that's something I don't fucking understand. Like, why do women take fashion advice from gay men? And then, two, like, why do women do like they cake themselves up with makeup, they throw the extensions, all that other extra shit in, and it's like y'all motherfuckers end up looking like fucking drag queens when it's all said and done. Like, I'm not a weave supporter. Y'all already know that. But if you're gonna fucking do it, at least look reasonable. Like, at least look like he could possibly, you know, be yours. You start going getting these, like, I hate like super skinny chicks who get fucking oversized implants when they motherfuckers ain't even got enough skin to get the right implants. Fucking titties be hard, you know what I'm saying, and the skin right here be all stretched out, you know what I'm saying, looking like extra chest and shit, and that type of shit. That type of shit bothers me. Oh, I'm tripping. Let me get the bank open and shit. I ain't even got the bank open. I've been in here talking shit. Talking so much shit about Blac Chyna, man. I couldn't even open the bank. But I hate all that shit. I hate that shit. That shit blows my. Well, I wouldn't say blows my high, but here we go right here. Connected. What you talking about? This shit should be authenticated. Nothing's been authenticated. All right, I think we good now. But yeah, man. Fucking, I was just like, man, look, because then, like I said, I'm gonna have expectations. If you all sex dolled up, if you up there dressing yourself up like a robo hoe, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have expectations of you. And if you're not good in bed, I'm gonna be pissed off, man. I'm gonna be pissed off. You know, you said, ask your professor. Let me see what y'all talk about over here. Y'all talk about choking and shit. Look, we ain't going all the way down. Right? Say fuck it, I don't want to drink. Man, ass or boobs guy, I'm an ass man, straight up. Like, I tried to deceive myself into believing I was I like titties. You know, they're a close second. I mean, it's like 1A and 1B, of course, but I'm an ass man. That's the first thing I'm looking at. That's like the first. Little Pump says she don't even know how to suck dick. No, ain't no homo. She don't know how to suck dick. She trash. And if she ass with that fake ass. Y'all talk about choke when you ain't lost your V card. Hey, look, you just stay on track, man. Stay on track. Say all black men should try dating women from other countries. They fucking love us, we rock stars. Maybe I ain't the right one yet, because I ain't ever choked yet. That's what I'm saying. Ooh, if she farts on you or in your face, you call it. We got to have a discussion. We're definitely going to have a discussion, and it's probably going to depend on how far along in the process I am. On some real shit. Yeah, I will fart and goes over. We for the fight if you try me once. Let me see what y'all talking about. Rule number 1 is no touching my ass. That she's mine, not for anyone else. I know the bitches that tighten their waist and make that shit like, yeah, I hate that shit too, man. You say I sing an opera. Autoerotic simulation, yeah, that's what I say. I've heard about that shit. We use a discussion, bitches be looking ugly. And I don't fuck with that shit. I hate that shit, man. Like, I hate it. I'd rather bitch have a real live fucking, what is that, a Lupita fade than have that fucking, than have that motherfucking shit. He said, ass way titty fucking local. Man, titty fucking is cool. It is. It's not something that I partake in often. But like I say, it just depends. It's you start once you done like all the basics repeatedly, you're gonna start eventually getting creative. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start doing some different shit. Now I don't know what it does for a woman. I don't know if it has any effect on her. I think sometimes women just enjoy seeing men get off, like, because there's a lot of women that ain't getting satisfied out there. It's a gang of them, and so it is what it is. But titty fucking is cool. But you gotta have adequate titties. You know what I'm saying? You can't be having no fucking. Look, they can't be too deflated, and they can't be deflated and shit. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have some work, man. They gotta be able to do some shit. They have an ass, a round table. Steaming Charlie if she farted me while I was smashing. No, that's what I say, man. We gonna have to have some discussion. Fecal matter. If we talk about that, look, it's it. She farted your face. You see the dead king's front of us. Put the ring. That's fucking funny. You all notice next time you play it, humans choke themselves and they argue as a feel for it next time. I don't mean rogue, I mean, buddy, that naturally flexing. That's because I haven't had that feeling. Well, like I said, I hate women when they talk to you during sex, not all that feeling. I ain't with the feet shit either, dog. I ain't with the feet shit, man. Yeah, flex it don't mean choke. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it's just, if you talk about that, like the natural, because, you get that little, that little shit. I wouldn't necessarily call it choking. I guess it might be in some slight form, but I don't fucking know. I am not a sex doctor. Don't ever take none of my fucking YouTube. I'll talk about a nigga drinking on a fucking YouTube stream. Don't take my advice for shit. Yeah, feet belong on the motherfucking ground. I ain't fucking with no foot fetish shit. I don't understand niggas who suck toes. I don't understand dudes who be into that shit, dog. Like, man, your feet gonna go in your shoes as you on your way home or whatever you fucking. They can go on your gas pedal as you leaving, but they not finna go on me, man. You say when you give a girl foot where she sliding, no, I don't want nothing to do with no feet. I ain't rubbing no motherfucking feet. Y'all went, oh yeah, let's get the sauce raffle action. Yeah, look, I had to make sure the bank even working. Man, I'm not a fond of the feet, dog. I don't like my feet, so I sure as hell don't want no other bitch feet on me. Like, if it's something by myself, I don't fuck with it. I sure ain't fucking with it on somebody else. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll do this one. 5 minutes. We'll make it. Do 2,500. All right. So yeah, I ain't look. Even if we just playing around, it could be some sitting on the couch. That bitch start trying to put her feet on me and shit. Like, man, fuck that. Fuck all the foot action. Look, foot action belongs at the store. No, not on me. Let's see the Kush raffle. So, you say, oh my God, y'all want to, man. That Fergie national anthem was the awfulest. I don't even think that's the word. That was the awfulest. Just trash shit. Girls clean their feet every day. I don't care if they clean their feet every motherfucking hour. I don't want they motherfucking. I don't want they shit on me. It's not. It was like I told y'all. I used to be a part of some fucking Facebook groups. I used to run one. It used to be fun and shit. But I ain't been fucking with that shit in a while. Uh, but we used to have some interesting conversations in there. And there used to be niggas who these motherfuckers had like hair fetishes, and that's like some shit I just don't understand. I forgot what they call that shit. They used to call that shit something. It was funny though, but it was just some shit I couldn't fuck with. Like, well, I forgot what they called it. It was some kind of shampoo or something, dog. Like, it was something like niggas used to talk about skeeting in hoes' hair and shit like that. Like, that's what I just. It's like that's what I say. It's some weird fetishes out there, and like I don't even understand how people discover that they like these kind of fucking fetishes, dog. Like. I don't fucking know, dog. Like that's some shit I have not understood yet. Blac Chyna's awful, dog. Fergie's anthem was better than Blac Chyna's Sextape. If we're talking on a comparative, and that shit was the worst. Like that shit was awful. Cause like I don't really see Fergie as like a singer. You know what I'm saying? She's like a, you know, I know she was like a pop star, but she ain't never really just sang to me. You know, she just kind of made music. I don't know what you really call what she did. Unless she does sing, I've never heard anything that she really sings on. I'd rather fucking ASAP Ferg sing the anthem than Fergie shit. God damn, that shit was awful, dog. That shit was fucking awful. Dude, my girl has to have long hair. She said that people like looking. Oh my god, man, that's what I said. Look, I was watching that shit. I wasn't even rocked up. That shit went down. Like that shit was so fucking bad, dog. That shit was that. Yeah, that was the only rock action happening was the rock booty, dog. That shit was fucking disgusting, dog. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of this shit that y'all talking about. This shit is wild. Like I say, spit. Now I don't like look now, not spitting on me or nothing. I don't mind a bitch. She spit on the dick. That's cool. That ain't got no problem with that. Niggas who got caught watching. What is that? Necrophilia? That's disgusting, dog. I ain't with none of that shit. Like, get the hell out of here. That fucking that shit fetish shit. What is that shit called? I remember in what is that shit called? I remember in fucking junior high. And you know, this is when the internet was in its infancy, and a motherfucker was like, "Oh man, you got to check out this shit, dog. It's called Scat Lovers, man. Oh, it's this dope ass site, man. You gonna like it." Scat. I'm thinking scat music. I'm thinking some shit like that. Okay, Scat Lovers. I like scat music. It's cool, but I don't love that shit. But I guess I go check. I want to beat that dude up, dog. Like, really wanted to beat that motherfucker up, dog, for that fucking shit. That shit was the most disgusting. The most disgusting, nasty shit. Man, don't watch any German porn. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't licking no knees, dog. They ain't. Nigga, nigga be fucking. It was a chick I just saw. Like, she got busted for fucking her damn pit bull up in Florida, of course. You know what I'm saying? I ain't spitting all that other shit. I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, the wildest I'm going to get with some excess licking is going to be on some, maybe an ear or something. You know what I'm saying? Kneecaps? Hell no. Elbows and armpits? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is crazy. Yeah, I'll bite a fat ass. I will definitely get handsy with the cheeks. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You know, Sir Mix-a-Lot was an honest man. No, she didn't fuck pit bull from Florida. She fucked a pit bull in Florida. The back of the kneecap. Now, like, no, I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's how you find out if a bitch do be with some shit. You can tickle her. If you tickle the back of her knee, she gonna be with the shits. But I'm not finna lick that shit. I'm not gonna be with that. Wise congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Age grabs me, choking till she can't breathe, so I spit in her mouth. That's what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Dog that. How much of a big girl would you do? I mean, we got limits to this thing. All right, there are limits. Now, See what happens with the term. Matter of fact, let's talk about this. We had actually did a video about this. One of the first Kush did videos ever done, but it was recorded. It wasn't in the stream. We're gonna have to bring that conversation back though. Where we at right now? 39. So we're gonna talk about how big of a big bitch, right? Well, we will definitely get into that. There's limits we got to talk about. Make sure we say that. Now, there's a difference between plump, chubby, thick. You know, you can kind of thick kind of comes before plump and chubby. It's like thick, chubby, then plump. Then you start kind of getting into the fat areas. Now, if you're fat and proportionate, it's all right. Because there's some girls that's kind of big. They know their stomachs don't be protruding and all that. But when you get to obese, that's where I draw the line. Obesity is a no-no. You know what I'm saying? Thick, absolutely. Chubby, plump, I can fuck with it. Plus size, whatever that range is, there's a stop. But then once you start talking about obesity, I'm out of there, dog. Yeah, exactly. If I'm having breathing issues, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If I have to dig through layers to try to get to to get to the goal, we gonna have some issues, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna have some problems. You know what I'm talking about? And it is what it is. But there's definitely a difference. So like I said, I don't mind a big bitch. But we're talking about obesity. We're talking about health concerns, that type of shit. Nah, I can't do all that. Exactly. Tits can't rest on the stomach and no front butt. You ain't lying. That's exactly the no front butt. You ain't lying. That's the shit right there. No front butt. And that's the thing I don't be understanding too. That's always something that bothers me. And I'm sure it's gonna be something. They're gonna be like, well, it's science, it's biology. If I was a female, I couldn't be walking around with no titties that sit on your stomach. That don't mean your titties perky if they sitting on top of your stomach. Your stomach is holding them motherfuckers up. You know what I'm talking about? It's a bra and a stomach. So you got like a duo, you know what I'm saying, trying to work to fucking hold that shit up. If you fucking take that bra off and it roll down your damn stomach, and your stomach still probably, don't mean you got perky titties. You know what I'm saying? It just mean you got an obstacle, an obstruction in the way that is hindering the real titty progress. You say you got 2 skinny votes. What you talking about? Thick, tall, slim, small as they go. Yeah, I like a tall girl too. Like I said, is it better to be a little too skinny or a little too fat? I prefer a little too fat over a little too skinny. And that's what I say, but shit, titties, I don't know. Once them hoes be having kids, they I think that milk inflate and then deflate and it just disappear. And like I say, I can understand certain shit, but you know why women go get breast augmentations. But shit, I think if you got to handle that shit from young. You got to be smart. You got to make sure you keep them things propped and put in the right position. But that's something I don't understand though. It's like big bitches, like bitches who be big and have little bitty titties. Like, you got to be mad at life for some shit like that. Your ass is big and still okay, because titties ain't shit but just fat. You know what I'm saying? Really, they're just fat deposits. And if your ass is fat and ain't got no fucking titties, you got fucked over. You know what I'm saying? Probably more than one way. You just got fucked over. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Man, I'll take that L. I'm telling you why I've always had a correlation of skinny women and AIDS. I actually do know why. I remember when I was young, I used to see these fucking billboards. And I don't know why. I always thought that fucking people were like super skinny, anorexic type shit. I always thought they all had AIDS. And so I'd rather gravitate towards an average to larger size woman than really fuck with just a skinny bitch. I'm telling you, that's just the belief that I subscribe to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, slim is one thing, because you could be slim thick, but skinny, just, nah, I'm cool on that. Because you talking skinny, that's like, you talking about like boy body skinny? I can't do nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that motherfucker looking like a 13-year-old little boy and shit. Hell no. Fucking bony booty poking y'all in your pelvis area, you know what I'm saying? I feel you, weak. I can't fuck with that. Hemorrhoid ass boy. That's what I'm saying. But like they got a taper. Boxed off hips. Man. Oh man. You say not only that skinny women lose baby fat quicker, but they gotta get a C-section. No, just whether it's better to be a little too skinny or a little too fat. I mean, my personal preference, like I say, is I like a bitch with some meat on the bones. That's just, to me, that's like that's a feminine quality to me. You know, bitch with some old childbearing hips. I ain't gonna have my kids, but yeah. I think like skinny women do have some issues. You know, if they're not like, if they don't really got no ass or no fucking hips or no shit like that, I think that's a thing with skinny women. I've seen some skinny women. Like, I know a couple, you know, and they just sit there. All they want in their life is some ass. Like, well, good luck with that. You ain't had it this long. You probably not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've seen some skinny chicks. You know, you just like, oh, that bitch ain't really working with it. Ah, the Knicks picked up Troy Williams. Oh, bitch ass Knicks. I've seen some skinny women that fuck around, have a kid, and then get right and just, be just right. You know what I'm talking about? But you got a lot of motherfucking chicks who just, you know, don't be all that. You say she got child hair bitch for some other dude. Yeah, I just want to test them out. You can bear children for somebody else, man. You know what I'm saying? That booty have a natural jiggle, that ocean wave. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's gotta catch the wave, man. I'm trying to go surfing. Too skinny like that, no food at all. You know what I'm saying? Where's the video though? Shit, the video on X videos. All you gotta do is go to X videos and type in Blac Chyna. You gonna see that motherfucker. And you gonna be mad because you gonna be wasted your time. I'm advising you not to watch it. That's all I'm saying. I'm advising you not to watch it. But y'all gonna go watch it anyway. If you have not seen it, don't go watch it. But you gonna go watch it anyway just because it's a celebrity sex tape. But after you watch that, say, man, come back and just say, man, I should have took your advice and not wasted that time out of my life, dog. It's the worst fucking sex tape that you've ever seen in your entire life, dog. The worst shit that you've ever fucking seen. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Look, yeah, I need some, I need to get the gripping, because see, I might get back there trying to, you know what I'm saying? I might be trying to do some damage, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some hips that nigga can hold on to before a motherfucker knock you off the bed or something, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep you in position. I'm trying to get control like the remote. I'm trying to steer, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's what makes you, that's what I'm telling you. I know, it's on X videos, but y'all gonna regret that shit. Look, I'm trying to think like before you make a bad decision when one of your partners tell you, man, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna go do it anyway. Like I'm telling y'all, don't waste your time, but y'all gonna go watch that bitch. So y'all do what y'all do and let me know how y'all feel, because y'all gonna be extremely disappointed. Gwyneth Paltrow, that name's super familiar. I know that she's famous, but I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you who she was. Fuck outdoors or in Walmart. I've done the outdoors thing, so I guess the next thing would have to be in Wally World. Yeah, you probably hit that bitch. Hit that bitch on the late nights. You probably get away with some things. They're gonna be watching on the little cameras though. You know what I'm saying? A warning come before destruction. I'm telling y'all, man. Look, oh man, appreciate the subscribers. Say Danae Love already. I hope I said that right. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Kush Den. Um, man, look, I'm telling y'all that shit is. I was disappointed, man, because like, here's my thing. Here's my thing. I'm sitting here like, all right, well, I think she's trash anyway, but I'm going to watch just because. And, dog, I like, honestly, if I don't know who released the sex tape, but I wouldn't even put that shit out there, though. If it was me, if I wouldn't even tell nobody. If I was like, it would have to be last call, motherfucker, the bitch last call. We talking about we trying to hit the parking lot, trying to pimp the parking lot, and you done already shot at 2 or 3 and then been turned down, man. And it would have to be some. You know, she looked like she would be with it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You like, fuck it. I don't even like this bitch. I'm trying to get some hype though. You run up on that hoe, she with the shit, so you end up fucking around and fucking that bitch. I wouldn't even tell nobody I did that shit, dog. Like, I wouldn't tell anybody. If I fucking smashed Blac Chyna, which I would never do. You know what I'm saying? She'd have to, but as weak as that shit is, she gonna have to bust a check, like, maybe 2. And I still wouldn't tell nobody, man, Honcho, you hit a lick where you can't. Man, shit. Man, look, see, I found this shit in the motherfucking drawer somewhere, dog. I wouldn't even tell nobody, dog. That shit was. You see, I got caught up by a cop one time at the park. It did stop when he pulled up. He let you go. That's what I'm saying. The boys be doing. They be seeing all kind of shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? I want to say it almost happened one time, but I don't think we was in no action. I think we was just we had pulled up, but it wasn't no nothing going down. So it is what it is. But I say, man, y'all definitely say Walmart will post for you. You got to go into the display tent. That would be wild. Like I say, but the public thing, I didn't hit the parks a couple of times. He says it's a fail. She'll be back. Yeah, oh man, look, let's keep it real, dog. I'm talking shit, but shit, motherfucker drunk enough, you shit. Them fucking them beer goggles make a motherfucker. That bitch, I seen her sex tape. That bitch is trash. That bitch can't suck no dick. Fuck it, I'm gonna turn this hoe out. You go try it. Like I'm talking that cash shit, but shit, you get desperate enough, you go bust up some shit you really wouldn't be proud of. You gotta have some self control. You know what I'm saying? Or it's gonna be a bad situation. But yeah, man. There was some people who ain't been fucking with the dead in a minute. We ain't gonna say no names, but you know, if they still was, I definitely could have them corroborate some stories for you. But it is what it is. Like I say, you know. You say, what's my favorite site to watch porn? Probably, I don't know, man. I don't really care. Probably X videos or Pornhub, one or the other. One of the major players. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really been. I'm not gonna watch a Justin Verlander sex tape. Let's see. I think about that. How she get famous? China League video gonna be about next. That's what I'm saying. She on that clout chase. So you know, I heard something about she's supposed to be mad with the Kardashians, something because they like got her show canceled or some shit like that. I don't really know. Actually, my old lady told me that when I was telling her about the fucking sex tape and how trash it was. Oh, real family, you hate BBWs. Stop. Everybody loves BBWs. Like I say, but there's a limit. But see, that's what I meant to get into, though. There's a limit, all right? Now, it's some obese bitches out there running around under the tide, like, or trying to push themselves off as BBWs. Those are not BBWs, all right? Obesity disqualifies you from that. Big means a little bigger than average. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you can have a little belly. You could be a little chunky. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be so big that the fat starts, you know, affecting your facial features and your shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be getting big. They start getting the extra elbow and shit. You know what I'm saying? That little shit around the elbow. You can't get no fat on the elbow, but it be fat like right above it and right below that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then the fucking faces start getting all crazy looking and shit. Like once you start getting so big that your face looks different and shit, that's when we gotta stop, dog. We gotta stop. He just asked, right, I got to talk about it for the sauce. I got to talk about Justin Verlander sex tape. That's awful. I regret the drunk sex tape. But yeah, man, I you can't judge a girl by the combine that was on their first sex tape. I be judging these hoes. I be judging them all. Look, if you were a stripper and that was your career, I'm not giving out no passes. Like if you professionally identified as a stripper, you don't get a sex tape pass in my book. You got to come out the gate fired. You got to come out the gate like a #1 draft pick. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the shit. If that first one is out of there, I'm going to label you a bust until proven otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. There you go. Yeah, once you start getting out of whack, your shape starts shifting, you know what I'm saying? It's over with, dog. You say Kate Upton has the biggest boobs I've ever seen in my life. They too big. They hang to her waist. Oh, shit. We're gonna dribble them motherfuckers. Shit. Look, I'm telling you, I got big hands. I like shit that can fill my hands up. So I'm like I said, I don't even really know. Like I said, a lot of these celebrities and all this shit, man, I honestly couldn't tell you what these motherfuckers like look like. I have to like go Google that shit. Like I know Kate Upton is some type of model. So I ain't mad. I ain't even mad at him for that. He's living the life. Just came off of what? Got a World Series win, banging a model, getting paid. What else can you ask for, huh? More? You can always have more. So shit. Let me see what you talk. I keep forgetting. I gotta look in the real chat because half the messages don't be fucking show up. Say, what if all women are shapeshifting reptilians stealing my soul one semen at a time? I could definitely. I definitely. Oh, I got something I want to talk about. I got something I really want to talk about. Y'all know we get all controversial here in the motherfucking Disneyin. You know what I'm saying? Here's the deal. Here is the motherfucking deal. We're talking about female sports figures. How many of you guys, or how many of y'all are familiar with Candace Parker? Now I'm gonna say some shit. Y'all gonna be like, what? Candace Parker. She played in the WNBA, so that might lose a bunch of y'all off the rip. Yeah, WNBA. And Candace Parker, basically, she came out and she was talking about what's the WNBA? She basically came out and she was just talking about how, and this is what I'm saying about that Me Too movement, and this is why I don't subscribe to a lot of that bullshit, dog. She basically came out and said that, you know, it's a big super dyke fest in the WNBA, and like if you're not dyking, they be trying to apply pressure to you, and if you don't succumb to that shit, they start trying to ostracize you and shit. And then she said basically the fucking, and it's not her, I've heard it said by many other women, that the fucking dykes be worse than dudes, but because they're women, so they don't get viewed the same way. It's not seemingly aggressive. You know, they can continue to pressure you and do all this other shit. And they don't view it the same as being, you know, harassed by a man because they don't see it as threatening. You know what I'm saying? It's the perception. And so you play women's sports all your life. But that's what I'm saying. But my thing is, it's not even necessarily about the WNBA because now they mad that she came out and said this shit. But it's true, dog. Like, how is that fair? Where's the Me Too movement for that shit? Because nobody's talking about that shit. You got women doing the same motherfucking thing. Like I say, it's not about the patriarchy. It's not about that. It's about, I might have tipped a little bit in the cup, but it's about the fact that, Swoop said it too. That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that it's okay because you're a woman. That's what this whole Me Too movement thing is. You're just being mistreated because, like I said, we can talk about the Aziz thing. The bitch got a bad date and she's mad because he didn't let me pick the wine. And after I told him no, I didn't want to have sex, he didn't rub my shoulders or touch my hair. What the fuck, you kooky bitch? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got these psycho women on the loose that this is not about equality, dog. This is about the destruction of being a man and masculinity. And that's very unfortunate. But you got all these people trying to pressure say that she's the bad guy because she's coming out and saying it. And she's like, man, it was hard. Like 98% of the fucking women in the fucking WNBA are dyking. And I'm like, shit. It's no surprise. I mean, shit. Brittany Griner she probably having a a hell of a time on and off the court. And like I say, the same thing happened. Like I said, you talk about Brittany Griner. They had that whole domestic dispute incident. Nobody talks about that. It's not just motherfucking men doing it. It's people in positions of power. It's plenty of women out there that are Me Tooing men, young men. We can talk about the teachers. We can talk about women at jobs that have positions of power. I've seen it as lowly as a fucking McDonald's. So I know that it's happening in corporate America. I know that it's happening with the higher. It's people in power, period. Doesn't matter if you're male, female, tranny, whatever the fuck you getting down, however you get out. Like I say, all them other non-binaries, Z's, T's, F's, whatever they call all that shit. I'm really bullshitting because I'm not going to say all that shit, but I find that shit humorous in a little bit. But it's unfortunate, dog. Like, and I wish people would stop trying to say, oh, it's just men. No, it's a fucking shit ton of women, but nobody wants to acknowledge that shit, dog. You said who? Who is Kelani? And who? Obese hoes? No, not the obese hoes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be BB dubbed, and then be BB dub and lower. See, y'all let me slip up on that shit. Y'all let me put the liquor in. Well, I ain't putting nothing in to mix that shit with. I ain't getting no very cranberry. And I was not expecting what I just tasted right now. So it is what it is. See, Honcho's frustration is what it feels like to be white every day. Shit, I'd have been accused of shit I ain't ever. I told y'all about that. Just because I accepted an invitation into a situation that I did not know was going to turn into some group fornication. As soon as I realized what it became, I excused myself, yet somehow I was the first person to leave that room, but somehow I'm the one blamed for everything. And I didn't do nothing. I put it in your mouth, bitch. So how the fuck is that rape? How do you rape somebody in the mouth? Like, I don't understand how that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shit. So get a Sprite. I'm cool with the crayon and the vibe, man. The whole world crazy, find your place, fight for your respect. Kaepernick ain't quit yet, and love who you are. People need. I agree with that, man. I really agree with that. And like I say, I talk a lot of shit. I really do. I talk a lot of shit, but I don't knock anybody. Like I say, you have to do what you have to do to survive on this planet. I don't know what the next man is going through. I don't know what the next woman is going through. I don't know what anybody's going through. If they feel like they have to be whatever they are, it's not my job to knock it. As long as you don't, as long as you drive straight, don't swing in my lane, to take words from the great philosopher, LeVar Ball, a wise man, stay in your lane. You know what I mean? I talk shit. It's funny. Everything is funny to me. Shit that shouldn't be funny is funny to me because humor is simply awkward situations. We talk about that. When awkward things happen, you laugh. Even if it's at the disadvantage of someone else. That's just how it is. If it's something that's not normal, not commonplace, and it happens, you're going to laugh. Like fucking Fergie's trash ass anthem. That shit was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But you still have people who, we'll do this one like this. But you got people who want to change, and I'm not trying to change nobody, dog. It's not my job to change anybody's opinion. All I can do is speak my piece. And, share my thoughts on things. But, and whether people agree or don't, that's what's so great about the Kush is because even when people don't agree on shit, that's what we're here for, to have we're here to have an open discussion about a litany of topics and, how people feel, have an understanding because we all come from different backgrounds. And, it's cool to just talk about shit, I got fired on my lunch break once in high school. God damn. You know what I'm saying? I got fired for not smiling at work, man. Ooh-wee. That's awful. I said that was back in '93. I guess they want to smile and secure. What kind of shit is that? I'm supposed to be security. I'm supposed to smile at your ass. I'm trying to make it uncomfortable for your motherfucking ass so you don't act up at this bitch. I'm telling y'all. But I got fired for. Oh man, that's awful. That was a horrible fire story. I'm trying to think. Let's see what I missed. I see a couple of messages. The world's too sensitive, but not call out. Exactly. That's the thing that kills me. You think the Kyrie movie is going to be good? I would probably watch it. I'll probably watch it. So I'm thinking Kalani is like is Kyrie's old lady or something like that. Psycho women on the man. Man, look, I'm telling you. I mean, shit. We talked about this last night, Heidi. You ain't want to believe it. Shit, Blac Chyna is a prime example of some of the things that we got into last night, man. We definitely talked about that. You say you're bisexual and there are double standards. Okay. And see, that's what I mean. Like, there are always unfair situations. And like I say, and people, like I say, and then, you would know from both ends of the spectrum, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's how you would identify it. But, like I say, so when you come here, like I say, it may be odd, but there's no hate for anybody. We just talk buku shit, man. We just talk a bunch of shit. So what were we talking about? I'm trying to see what else I'm missing. Heidi talking about she want to be in the WNBA now. Honcho's frustration. If it's some true grass. We live in a world against men. And that's what a lot of that. Here's the thing that kills me is the dudes who jump on the white knight train. Like, now y'all don't realize these motherfuckers nowadays, they taking receipts on motherfuckers. And so you got a lot of dudes trying to come to the rescue, like cheese to the rescue. And, be white knights and save these women from these problems. And these hoes turn around on them motherfuckers and just be like, shit, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You touched a woman's breast in a movie once. And it's just like, oh, shit. Well, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up, dog. Like, why motherfuckers can't make it, man. Yeah, if I ever claim they short, oh, yeah, look, we'd have to set it off then. Short my check, and then you fire me. Okay, y'all got to come back to work. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm not a threat making person, dog. I'm not with that shit. But people don't be thinking like when they act stupid, like especially if it's like a place like as a customer, you go somewhere, and they be like, they try to really try to go off on you or something, just really do some off the wall shit. I'm not gonna make no scene. I'm not a loud person. I don't yell and do all that other shit. I'll be like, but you realize you work here, right? You're going to be back here. You don't fucking know me. It's not hard. You're going to be in this building. It's not going to be hard to get a hold of your motherfucking ass. If you really think you finna get fly with a motherfucker, like, I suggest you make a smart decision, because if I really want to get at you, it ain't going to be nobody in this motherfucking vicinity that's going to stop me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be feeling safe in their cars, in fucking, like, man, look, ain't nobody ever safe, dog. Like, I'm not talking about making threats. These are real facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people feel like, well, I got my coworkers here with me, and I'm going to talk crazy. I'll beat you up. I'll beat your boss up, your coworker, your work husband, your work girlfriend, whoever else, whatever the fuck y'all got going on in this weird building, whatever the fuck is shaking. Like, I don't give a fuck about this place. I'm a motherfucker. They say, let's be real though. Men ran the world since day one, and women were intimidated in certain roles, and now the table of turn, power going to some heads, but not all of us women. My thing is this. I think that it started off, way back when, depending on what you believe. I don't know, like I say, I don't know your religious beliefs. I don't know your historical beliefs, anything like that. But I think you go back, you look at the hunter-gatherers and things like that. Men are just physically better suited to do certain things. And so I feel like if you, even back then, are bringing home the bacon, literally, motherfuckers out there catching saber-toothed pigs and shit, you know what I'm saying? You're sustaining things, and I think you rise to power, because there was something I was watching. They were basically talking about that people will support leaders, and men generally become those guys because they're putting themselves at risk. A lot of people don't want to take those risks. And I want to make sure I'm saying this right, because I do got a little buzz, and I want to make sure I'm repeating this story properly. But basically, it was just saying that, way back when, people exalted the people who took those risks, but the people who take those risks are more likely to have a shorter lifespan. But they're providing and they're doing these things, and I mean, still like that today. Women outlast men for several years longer. Their lifespans are several years longer than men. Because I believe that's because men take a lot of risks. And I don't think it's about power. I think that women have had the same opportunities And you could call it intimidation, but I always go back and I look at instances when it comes to women, when it comes to, race, when it comes to things like that. Well, how were some people in history able to overcome those barriers? They didn't have a big support group behind them, but they were still great in their own right, and they still were able to do things that were considered roles for other people. How were they able to do it? Because they truly believed in that. I think you got a lot of people who support a lot of shit nowadays because it's just popular to do so, But what's happening is you have a lot of these women who think that, the Me Too thing it's about feminism and equality. I tell you all the time, I'm all about equality. I feel like, but equality to me is not saying that, okay, well, we're going to set everything up where everybody just gets treated equal. No, I feel like people should have equal access to opportunity. I should have the exact same access to whatever it is that you have, but only if I'm taking the initiative to get it. A woman should have the same access as a man to whatever it is, but only if she's taking the initiative to get it. Not just saying, well, because you're a woman, here, we're going to give you all these rights and we're going to make it easier or make it more special. Because you're black, we're going to do all this. Because me, the way I believe in things is, man, I want all the credit I deserve for putting in the work that I like. I don't want to be looking, well, he's black and he got hooked up because of affirmative action or because of this, that, and the third. No, I want to stand on my own merit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be recognized like that. I know people feel like that balances the tables and things like that, and maybe it does. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it opens up those avenues. But that's just how I see it personally. Like I don't want none of that, dog. Let me create my own lane. And when I look back on everything, ain't nobody gonna be able to say, well, he did it because he was black and somebody put him in that position. No, I got there because I grinded to get there. I put in the fucking work, went against all odds and everything that was, every obstacle that was put in front of me. I conquered that shit. That's kind of where I want to go get some milk and cookies. All right, let me see what I'm missing, because y'all know when I get on my little spiel, I just be talking crazy. So I got to go catch back up in the chat with y'all. What y'all talking about, man? Brian Kush got to leave already. he cooling, man. Yeah, I wrote over smoking weed or a call to break. Look, y'all finna start to try to tell me I was a bandwagon for going for the Texas Nationals team. We said the Pats. Shabal Smith, you funny. Appreciate that. Drunk and high. Yeah, that's how I wish I look. I be trying not to combine it because I'll be on a whole nother plane. But we gonna turn the Kush Den back into the Kush Den probably either tomorrow or definitely Wednesday at the latest. I got to make sure I make the right connections. So I believe you about American. It just makes me sick. But most of the world 75 do not have premarital sex in this drama. Man, well, what about Brazil? I heard it be going down in Brazil. I heard they be wilding in Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Have to pay palimony. Crossfader, yeah, that's a good one. Nah, Elder, you get shit crossed up. I don't play basketball, anything with balls. Oh, okay, that's what happened. Let's be real though. Okay, that's that. All right, Jose. Women ran the world proud, now once upon a time the world populated only consisted of women. Black ones at that. We won't get into that. Let's say women have a natural role as well as men. Know your role. Let's see. I like any crust on my sandwich, I throw it away. I'm like, what is it? What's wrong with the sandwich crust? I know a lot of people like cut the crust off. So I fuck with the sandwich crust. Okay. President's name El Sissy. That's crazy. Woman stands up to me. I take my shirt off and make threats for one taco meat. Man, look, all you got to do is take a piece of macaroni and throw it at a man. You know what I'm saying? Clyde's Republican. I wouldn't say I'm not a Republican. I like to think I'm more independent minded because I lean on some issues. I guess we would say a little bit left, but most things I would say I guess I have a. I don't even think that's a conservative viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think conservatives are more just about the party of, hey, do it your damn self. We don't give a fuck about you or anybody else. We can make it, you can make it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit go. God made men to be the head, women to follow. This conversation about to bring out the Huckabait here. The niggas love. That's what I'm saying. Look, I want to know what you talk about. No premarital sex. Them motherfuckers. Look, most of the porn that I watch, if it ain't black, it's probably Brazilian. You know what I'm saying? because Brazilians, I know it's probably just the porn that they put out, but it seems like the Brazilians always have the proper assets that I seek in pornography. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But when it comes down to it, yeah, you got to have an understanding. When it comes down, there's no one way. There's no set system that's going to work for everybody. Each relationship is going to be different. But I do believe that, they are trying to emasculate not only the black man, but society as a whole, because it's been a long time, that they've always been like, we don't want the big black guy to be, terrorizing us. Trust me. This is the thing, and I've been saying this for a while. Big black people or big black men are treated much differently than smaller black men. Not to, down talk anybody or anything like that. But the larger you are, the more of a threat you're perceived to be. Think about like some of the best comedians, I wouldn't say Kevin Hart. Dave Chappelle's a taller guy. But they always, when he started off, they were kind of either the frailer looking, not threatening types. Richard Pryor, guys like this kind of had slight guys and things like that, But motherfuckers, like Terry Crews come along with shit. They don't give a fuck. They molesting his ass and shit too. But guys like that normally don't get that type of shine when you have that masculine appearance. But even though he plays a lot of roles that or the opposite of that, it is what it is. So, yeah, that's a bit Baker, man. But I do believe that for relationships to be successful, you need to have masculine energy and you need to have an equal level of feminine energy. You got guys nowadays who aren't being masculine anymore, and you have women nowadays who aren't being feminine anymore, and everything is just mixing and getting all kinds of fucked up. You know what I mean? So Brazil's a unique situation. The story it's too long to explain. Kelsey Moreau. See, y'all be having all these names, man. Like I don't be knowing the names. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that is, I feel you on that, but I think a lot of women fucked up the family structure. Well, in certain situations, because what you have a lot of women start, they fucking added me to that group. Cool. A lot of women who are replacing the man with government daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that I think that's they feel they're it's a lot of women out there who are okay. Well, I don't need a man. I'm independent. No, you're not. You got government boyfriend, government daddy taking care of shit, and that doesn't make you independent. And then you have a lot of women who are content living this lifestyle because the government is not going to give you shit if you're a family or you got a man in the house. What do we need to give you shit for? And like I say, you have lots of women who have subscribed to this lifestyle and they're content with it. And I find that very unfortunate. It's extremely unfortunate. But, I say not my situation. Don't throw my back. Say, well, Latin America is 50-50. Virgin marriages, maybe. Islamic world, Asia, half the planet, they don't do it. That definitely, that's true. That's true. So basically, they expelled churches and universities a long time ago due to a dispute with the Pope over Spain. So we view them as backwards. Old days. Okay. So that's why they be wilding like that. Medea goes to Wakanda. God damn, but I just read it all, man. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just saying. You're right. You're right. I definitely come to the defense of my fellow man. We have some very interesting discussions here, so we usually start getting on some male versus female shit. I say no one vote, no abortion law. My nephew finna be named Aaron. I'm gonna show up all that Aaron false. People got caught up with the white women feminist movement. Yeah, that definitely did. That definitely did happen. So you snooty Argentinians, or what do you call Argentines? You snooty Argentines who you think you're better than the Brazilians. That's funny. That is funny, man. I was watching some shit yesterday, and I need to take your Netflix suggestions. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the show you sent me. Founder, you told me, Argentines, Times like times. And I'm gonna call y'all. I'm gonna call y'all Argentinians. That's because I like saying that. I prefer saying Argentinians. So that's what y'all gonna. That's what y'all are gonna be. How dare you speak down on your Brazilian brethren? Here's my thing. Wow, that. Are you biased? Are you Brazilian biased much, Heidi? I can't believe it. Yeah, I be saying I'm gonna watch some shit. I don't ever watch that shit. But Founder, I'm gonna eventually check it out. I be saying I be doing some shit, but I be putting too many irons on the fire a lot, dog. I try to do a lot of things and like just different stuff, even with the sauce and with other stuff. So, because I want to bring you better content. I want to bring better entertainment. I want this stuff to be enjoyable, and it's not just about me. It's about the interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all to enjoy just as much with the conversation in the chat, the conversation with me, whatever. I mean, I want it all to be equally, I guess, all encompassing, but enjoyable. That's what it's all about to me. Oh, there are butts in Argentina. Good sir. I'll have to ask the Baker man when he returns. He's seen Argentina firsthand, so I'll have to have him confirm that for me. He's a source that I rely on, that I agree with. But I was watching this show. Netflix has like a little short series of drug lords, right? And this shit started off with a bang, like. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you, I caught up with fucking Walking Dead is ass, dog. I fucking hate that show. And I wasted the time to catch up on that shit. Because I saw the first episode this season. I'm just like, man, I promise. This is the year I'm finally finna quit watching The Walking. I've been saying it for like 3 years. But, so I'm watching the Drug Lord show on Netflix. And the first one was good. Pablo Escobar, Colombia. Second one was good. The Rodriguez brothers, something like that. Another one, Colombia. Third one was pretty good. Frank Lucas, old stitch ass. And then, I'm like, okay, they got some good shit going on. They actually got people who were involved with it. They actually have real accounts. This is actually pretty interesting. They get to the fourth one, and it's like some weird family in Australia. Like, I know shit goes down in Australia, but like the majority of the episode was just talking about how this dude was a drug addict and how he basically played his own. I couldn't even finish it. And I was like, okay, well, what's the next one? And that was it. Like, it's only 4 episodes. I was severely let down because they had 3 really good episodes. And then I guess they must have ran out of sources or plugs or something to talk to, because that last one, that Australian family was whack as fuck. Like, I know niggas in the hood right now doing more damage than what the fuck they was doing, but it is what it is. So that shit there is crazy. I'm Blanco. Like Griselda Blanco. Now, I haven't watched Narcos. Man, I honestly like shows and things that the masses like. I don't know why I tend to stay away from shit like that. Like, unless it's something I started watching before most people get into it, I'm going to keep watching it. Like Walking Dead. I remember people weren't fucking with it. Like, I remember they had their first preview on like the 360 years ago. And they had you could watch it on live and shit. And I was like, man, this Walking Dead shit. Looks at people like, what the fuck is The Walking Dead? But then once a bunch of people got on The Walking Dead, they started watering it down. They started taking a lot of the gore out of it. Now, that shit is like I guess let me keep the conversation updated. I keep forgetting. Let's see. I'm alive out the time a little bit. But now it's like a fucking soap opera, dog. That shit is trash. And so I can't even like fuck with the shit like that. It just got bad. So like I say, but I went to go ahead and catch up. Like, fuck it, I'll catch up to the mid season. They've been fighting with this dude Negan for like 2 years now, dog. Like, and I don't know if y'all watch, so I don't want to give away any spoilers. But the guy that just finally got knocked off the show, he been had to get off the show because that motherfucker don't even look appropriate for the role anymore. It's just they reveal too much behind the scene info. I don't ever watch none of the behind the scenes stuff, so I don't really ever know. Blanco and Rojo. Blanco is Real Madrid. Just an anti-communist king and country. Rojo is radical communist, whatever you like. And Messi is the Rojo side. Okay. No, the talking. Yeah, I see that show. I don't ever watch it because I remember when they used to have that shit after Breaking Bad. Like, I think that does ruin things. It kind of, you know, of course you can always find out the information you really want to, but I think it makes it too easy. So when you watch the shit right after the show, they talk too much about it and everything that's going on. But I won't watch Power. I won't watch Power. Won't watch Empire. Like I say, shit that the masses generally watch, because honestly, 9.5 times out of 10, I will not like shit. Like I don't know why. Like I'm super picky about entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm still like slightly hesitant on Black Panther, because the way everybody been hyping the shit up, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna really go all the way to fuck off if I go see that bitch and I don't like it, because I'm not even a movie critic. I'm not a movie buff. I'm none of those things. I just have a very distinct, a very peculiar taste in shit that I do and don't like. And just for some reason, when it's shit that a lot of people like, that when the masses love it, I tend to fucking hate that shit. Now Breaking Bad was dope. That shit was super dope. And my partner put me on that shit. I put a lot of people on Breaking Bad. Like that's the Breaking Bad and The Wire. Those are like two my A1. Only reason why I might put Breaking Bad ahead of The Wire is because of how they cleaned everything up at the end. How everything was clean and neat, and it wasn't any guessing, it wasn't any speculation. The Wire, a lot of changes and kind of left a few things open. You know what I mean? But it was still great. Like I like great storytelling. I like great story-driven games. Those are the type of things that catch my attention. Like action and all that shit is cool, but then when I start watching action shit, I'm finna be like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. There's no way that could happen. So why didn't he just do this? Why did they have to do this shit again? Like I'm gonna start like I'm not gonna think about it in the context of it being a movie, and I'm gonna try to apply too much realism to it and try to make it make sense. I don't know why I do that, and I'm sure it ruins movies for me. I don't really talk about it out loud, so I don't think it ruins movies for other people, but a lot of movies are super predictable. Like it's been buku times that I've watched it the first time and I'll be watching it with somebody. I'm like, this is finna happen. This is what's gonna happen. All right, this is finna take place. And then motherfuckers, you didn't watch the fucking movie. I mean, watch the shit. It's just, motherfuckers aren't original. People aren't creative anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it is. Stranger Things. I've heard people talk about Stranger Things too. Like I had I don't know where my old list. I ain't gonna lie. I had a list with a bunch of shit that some other shit people told me to check out. So I'll look at it. I'll put that on my list. Stranger Things. I know Brian Roscoe been telling me to watch Supernatural for the longest, and I have yet to watch it. Like not even an episode. And probably because of that, because it's so many episodes of that. I'm like, man, what if I do get into this bitch and I actually like it? I ain't going to watch all 102 seasons of this shit. So let's see. See, I'm the same way and said the same thing about Black Panther. That's what I mean. So you've yet to see it either right now today? Like I said, I thought I was like one of the last 15 people on the planet who haven't seen it yet. Stranger Things wasn't all that. Man, I saw that image about the Melanesians. Yeah, because I'd actually seen them before. I couldn't quite recall the name. But that shit is very interesting. That's what I say, man. It's hard for me to be racially oriented, I guess, because I've had experience with so many people throughout my life, and I've been fortunate, I feel like, from a young age to be introduced to other people in other cultures. So it's hard for me to sit here and really say, man, fuck all white people. I can't do it. Like, even when I want to be as mad as I want to be, and I do talk shit. I talk shit, but then, like I say, I think about, the people in my life that have been. There's no way I could really say these things. Trust me, look, I say all kind of racist shit. I talk racist shit about everybody. Like I use all the worst vernacular about everybody. But I'm an equal opportunity hater. But I mean no harm. Most of my best friends have always been Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? I kick it with everybody. I mean, I have love for everybody. I don't know why, like I say, it was funny that Heidi had asked a question a while back, about foreigners or white liberals. And it's always funny because I've always gravitated to foreigners whenever I met them, even when they've been, it could be on a job, it could be whatever. I gravitate towards people who are different because I'm just always curious about their culture and how they see things and other perspectives and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But nah, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The movie I want to see that I know it's gonna be a bad movie. Like bad, not the cool kind of bad. Like it's gonna be a bad movie, but I'm gonna go watch it. And because it's coming out on April 20th, I might have to do a live immediately after the movie Kush did. But that fucking Rampage movie with The Rock. Only because I used to love that fucking video game on Nintendo. That was my shit. Climbing up and down the little buildings, punching out the windows, eating people and shit. So, do I prefer racially naive or racially conscious? Conscious. My thing is like, I find it weird when people sit here and say, I don't see color. I think that's a weird thing to say. Let's be honest, you do. You may not want to, that may not be the main factor that, guides your choices, but I see color. I fucking see all kind, like I say all kind of racist off the wall shit in humor and in jest. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes if I get fucking angry, I'll say that shit. So that's why I say, like, when people say shit like, okay, motherfucker got mad, probably said some off the wall shit. He may or may not have meant that shit. Who gives a fuck? But, I'd rather somebody conscious, saying that you do see color, because that means you're aware of the barriers for particular people, you know what I'm saying, or the problems of a particular culture or whatever it may be, or the benefits, or however you want to look at it. I think we should all be aware. We should all strive to understand each other and other cultures. Not saying that you have to embrace it, but there's nothing wrong with having an understanding of your fellow man. But you have a lot of people who just, well, fuck them, fuck that. This is my country, and fuck anybody who's different. I'm not like that, dog. Why wouldn't you want to know more? Like, I enjoy seeking knowledge and finding out more about different people. And speaking of, I need to get back into my book. I have fallen all the way off my reading schedule, and I got to get back to at least an hour a day. I got to get back to at least knocking off a book a week, because I have fallen off. And I got to find that Carl Jung book. I don't know where the fuck I put it. So let's see. Let's see. What I'm missing? What y'all talking about? Let's see. Fuck Messi still. Narcos. I have to check that out. How to get a game. They say like my parents. They don't even know what the KKK is. Okay. I'm mixed, so I like everybody. They just view you as American. They don't know the history. Blank slate. Okay. Rampage look like it's going to be ass. Yeah, that's what I say. It looked like it's going to be trash. It's going to be a trash movie, but I'm going to go watch it, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think my parents ever seen a black person in their life, Asian or from India. See, I came here for some horrible, disgusting Blac Chyna porn. I haven't left yet. What? That makes me proud. They came for the Blac Chyna. They stayed for the Honcho. God damn. I'm feeling good about myself tonight. But I'm glad you joined us, and I'm glad you stuck around, because, like I say, it's always good to have a diverse array of people in here. And it's always, like I say, it's always the thing with females that I found very interesting is that I'm surprised that, and well, I'm sure probably has been some that have listened and just been like, man, fuck this shit. I ain't participating in these shenanigans. But I find that when people do get active, that they do tend to stick around. It's not a lot of them, but when y'all do, so I definitely appreciate you sticking around, definitely. ESPN, yeah. I don't fuck with it, dog. I don't fuck with it, man. Like, I feel like they're trying to do too much. Like, the people don't really realize. Like I say, I used to not understand what the liberal media, but when you really step back and pay attention, the media is extremely fucking liberal. Now I'm not saying that Fox News is the answer. They have their biases too, but the majority of the media is extremely liberal, from Hollywood to, your regular everyday TV shows. There's always these agendas that are being pushed. And ESPN, They like went and got rid of, I guess, because everything, they went and got rid of all the white guys, and you know, they put a bunch of women on there, and like, I'm gonna just be honest. Like I say, just being honest, and it's probably a personal bias towards with me, and maybe something I need to work on. But I don't want to sit and watch two women sit there talking about sports. Like I have absolutely no interest in that, and that's probably unfair. It's probably a something that I do need to. I guess if I don't want to, I don't have to work on it. But it's just something I don't care for. You know, I'm not saying it's fucking stupid. It's the dumbest shit. It's just something that does not interest me. You know, but there may be women who aren't interested in watching a bunch of guys talk. Maybe they relate more to seeing other women talk about it, and that'll generate that interest. I have no idea, but it is what it is. And yeah, that's my thing about that. They always hate on the city, man. Okay, cool. All right. I have to keep that in my notes, because I like to know what is good and what is bad. I want to always be able to improve on this craft. It's still, I guess I wouldn't say it's relatively new, because I guess I'll be going up March 10th. Make a year in my YouTubing career, well, on various channels and such. Not on the Kush Den so much, but it's something like that. Yeah, and I mean that's just kind of how it is, man. It's unfortunate, but like I asked my old lady, we talk about stuff. She don't give a fuck about sports at all. So, but like her personally, she says like she doesn't like women comedians. She don't like female comedians. You know what I mean? And so I wonder here's my cat, but also the Nate though he's brilliant. Man, let me tell you something. Linked up with my madre. Yeah, I said I'm adding the A for Heidi because she loves it when I say madre instead of madre. But hooked up with the madre yesterday. Now I'm a rapper. And like I say, just went out to eat a little bit. Actually, her birthday's tomorrow, and like I say, just hanging out with the fam. Me and my old lady and everybody. So afterwards, we'd be outside and taking some pictures and things. It's always good to have updated, fresh imagery. And even though I've never really been a big picture person. And as I'm taking the picture, my old lady and my mom were taking the picture together. And a guy comes out and says, "Hey, man, do you ever get anybody calling you Nene?" I say, "All the fucking time, buddy." But it was just funny. It was just such a random thing. And my old lady like, who's Nene? I was just like, hey, he's a Rockets player. You wouldn't get it. He's like, yeah, you like a small version of Nene. And I was just like, yeah, asshole. Yeah, you're real original. But nah, it was all good. It was all in good fun. So I don't even, Mama Honcho does not watch the Den. She would not be too keen on the Den activities. Like, I don't even think she don't watch Saw Sports either, but she asks about it. I always give her updates and stuff. She just likes to know how many subscribers I have. How many subscribers you got today? It's still about the same. I say female comedian jokes is you sexually perverted. Usually isn't that funny to hear females talk like. Yeah, it is, man. It really is, and that's unfortunate. Like, I don't know. Because I was sitting there watching something, and it was like it was one of those things on Netflix, and it was called the Six Pack or something. It was like a variety of comedians who were talking, and that it's the men did cover like a wide variety of topics. It wasn't all about sex and stuff. Like the first guy, he was talking about it was hilarious because I went to the fucking Yelp and actually read the fucking review after he talked about it. So many people were on there like, I just watched this Netflix stand up and came here for the reviews. But it was like some reptile house in Florida, and he was telling jokes about that shit, and the shit was just fucking like, it's just a more diverse array of topics. But when you do come to female jokes, it's usually fucking, vagina jokes, sexual activities. Who they're fucking and why, or some shit like that. It's not very diverse. the subject matter. And like I say, the more you think about it, like I say, I wonder why that is. Is that what it takes? I mean, does it take being funny to men to break into that? And is that what like women find that men are interested in when they crack jokes about it? I don't know. I have no idea. Hey man, look. We better start putting some clothes on. My mama Jehovah's Witness. I'm gonna find out. I'm saying, well, what was that address? Oh, that's it. My mom is a Jehovah's Witness. I was raised Jehovah's Witness. Actually, majority of my family on my mom and my dad's side of Jehovah's. My dad is not, or unless he didn't switch it up since the last time I talked to him. I am not. I don't think they would approve of some of my activity and my behaviors. So there's that whole thing. I don't think they're too keen on the reefer smoking. Let me keep that updated just a little bit. Say we talk about, but you know, I've had Mormons knock on my door. I was actually I had the Mormons that kept coming back a couple of times, and then I just stopped answering the fucking door. I was just like, I would sit there and I talk with them about shit, and I just like to know people's beliefs. Like I said, I find it enjoyable trying to figure out what other people think. We all have an experience in this world, and it's not the same. So that's why I hate when people try to label things. Oh, the black experience, to be black, you got to be like this. What? That sounds like you stereotyping me from the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I have a diverse, array of beliefs myself? Why can't I be into different cultures, into different things and stuff like that? Why, to be considered black, I have to act and behave like this? If a white person says it, you're calling it racist. But if a black person says, oh, you ain't black, it's the same shit. But I just wanted to know what the Mormons believed, because only interaction I had with them was with South Park. You know what I'm saying? And South Park kind of would portray, the Mormon story as, the guy found the gold tablets, this, and this. And you would think like, oh, these motherfuckers are making a joke out of shit. But it's the truth. It's really what they believe, For the most part, I think, they subscribe to the Bible, but then they have this extra book called the Book of Mormon. And I asked this risk. I was like, why do y'all keep coming here? Because I thought Mormon people don't fuck with black people. It's like, no, that's not true. They were shocked, like, because I asked them. I was like, I thought Mormon people fuck with black people. Why y'all talking to me? You know what I'm saying? So I found that quite interesting. Let me see, what you talking about over here? You say I'm a pet poet? See you all below. Say I'm a pet and I'm about to start publishing so I can post videos, but I bring something different every time I perform at an event. I'm easily bored when I see the same thing over and over, coming from different people. I can understand that. I'm about to say a pet. Oh, okay. What kind of pet? Look, we were just talking about furries last night. Shit. My mom at the beginning of Friday, half dead motherfucker. Have I bought a gift for my madre yet? No, because as a Jehovah's Witness, they don't celebrate birthdays. So I guess it's affordable to be a Jehovah's Witness. Nah, we were just talking about I hadn't seen it yet. And I have not seen Black Panther. We were just talking about, I'm saying, look, the way people be acting about this Black Panther, it's like, shit, am I going to get handed a reparation check when I step out the theater? Y'all like acting like this the second coming of MLK, man. So that'd be very interesting. Danae, do you have some of your poetry online that we would be able to check this out? Yeah, the Mormons because I asked him about, I asked the Mormons about, the gold tablets and the things like that. And he's like, you know how I know? I was like, well, I asked him, well, how does he know about it? But actually, he said, well, I know because I prayed on it. And I was like, word? Prayed on it? Okay. And like I said, I'll tell you, like I said, so I speak with y'all very openly and try to be candid, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But, my real, I teeter-tottered on religion. And now, you know, once I kind of let that go out of my life, you know, things changed up in a more beneficial way. And I hate to say, I guess, I don't want to hate to say, I mean, it's the fucking truth. But the last time I really even committed to prayer, you know, it's like I told y'all when my old lady got sick a couple of years back, and going through that, I was committed to it. I tried, you know, I got back in the Bible, I would read and I would do a lot of things. I mean, because I was just, when it's out of your hands and there's nothing that you can do, you know, and you feeling powerless. That's a feeling I don't ever fucking want to feel again. You feel powerless. And I mean, I was desperate. Like I say, even though I wasn't, you know, I wasn't religious at that point, I kind of fell off from all that. I would pray. I would just, you know, hey, look, it's not even about me. This prayer ain't even for me. It's about somebody I love and care about. Shit, you can do, fuck it, switch places. I don't even care about that shit. Like anything to let that come through. When people talk about the power of prayer, well, I guess my prayers were not powerful. They weren't worth the fuck. And so, you know, after that whole situation happened, that was it for me. Like people say, oh, just pray on it. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And not to be offended to anybody who is, you know, religious or whatever. But that's just my outcome. That's my situation. And that's where it lost me. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not a selfish person. I've never been that way, man. I've never been selfish. I'll give my last if I got it. Shit, if I ain't got it, I still can. I'm always more than willing to help somebody out. You know, if I have the ability to do so, I'll do it. I'll go out my way to do it. But, you know, like I say, in that situation, like I said, I've never been a person that's asked for much throughout life. Shit, just help this person heal. Help this person, you know. I ain't saying no instant miracle magic, but damn. And so that was it for me, dog. That was a wrap. That's where my religion and things like that kind of don't do be. Say that they heard they become like God themselves. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Like I say, it was a bunch of weird shit. Who's the white man on the pamphlet? Yeah, the whole state of Utah is. The whole Utah. Ain't no jazz in Utah. How the fuck they the Utah jazz? Y'all all Mormon. Y'all can't listen to no damn jazz. I don't understand why people celebrate birthdays 1 year taken away from your life. Like the resolution. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers acting crazy about that shit. See, I guess we're getting close to going to heaven. Rockets will win the title. I prayed on it. Not a big fan of celebration. Let's see. Not yet, but I promise as soon as I start posting, I'll tag you, inbox you, smoke signal you, tie a letter to a pigeon and toss about it. That's what I say. Look, that's the best way to reach me. Send flipping pigeons, man. Flip a couple of pigeons my way. Yeah, that is true. But it was funny because, like I say, my mom was talking about that. And, you know, they have conventions and things, but the thing is, they're not racist. They're generally good people. They do get along well. Like I say, you know, if it was any religion that I would subscribe to, that might be it. If I was going with a form of Christianity, because I've seen how they they act, how they help people out. Ain't no collection plate passing. Ain't no none of that shit. It's a donation box in the back of the fucking, what they call their churches, kingdom halls. It's a discreet little location. So if you want to go drop something in there, you drop it in there. There's no expectations of you supposed to give this 10% or none of that other shit. But she was talking about one of the last assemblies they had was about approaching people who, you know, may have tattoos, who may look thuggish, who may look, you know, whatever, that they will, trust me, a lot of them are afraid. A lot of motherfuckers be afraid because even back home, you know what I'm saying, where I grew up, fucking, it's some of them I know, and my mom's a Jehovah's Witness there, and a lot of them know me from young. They know me as their son, but if they'll be out and about with others, and I'll see them when they're around. I've seen them deliberately in groups, like kind of walk past, like kind of look in my direction and kind of walk past, and they'll go, and I'll be like, say, y'all Jehovah's Witnesses, huh? And I'm like, yes, are you familiar? And like, they be nervous as shit. I'll be like, yeah, let me get one of the magazines, man, just to be kosher or whatever. It's not like I ever read them, but you know, just be like, man, look, if y'all believe in that shit, look, you can't be skipping people if you're trying to give a message, if you truly believe in that message. Oh man, I absolutely pray from my heart, man. Like, I mean, shit. They said, I'm trying to, it wasn't about me. It was about saving somebody I cared about more than I cared about myself. So absolutely the prayers came from the deepest recesses of the soul that I had left. Trust me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I did all that. And like I say, to no fruition. You know what I'm saying? No fruition. Suffering. And so after that, it is what it is, man. Just because I dress $10 does not make me a, you talking about that, yeah, but here's my thing is, my thing is, like I say, religion. Now, I didn't say that I don't believe there's not a higher power. I definitely believe that there's a higher power. But I'm not subscribing to a systematic, what's the word I'm looking for? An organization that has a systematic set of rituals or whatever to say that what I'm doing is right in the eyes of a being that they've never encountered. they see, I never had no real racists. Like I said, the Hispanics don't ever talk to because they'll be acting like they don't speak no Spanish. But I used to go to the Spanish ones when I was young. I told you I was raised by a Spanish family. I used to be in there fucking speaking that essay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I definitely agree. Like I say, my thing is, like I say, it's not that I don't believe there's a higher power. And I'm not knocking anybody who subscribes to who is religious. Like I said, everybody has to live their own life on this planet. So I don't ever knock anybody for what it is. I'm just saying from my experiences, and even like I say, growing up young and like I said, I was very religious probably till middle junior high, 6th, 7th grade. And I still had beliefs and things like that throughout high school and stuff. But then actually even in college, I still considered myself a Christian even though I wasn't practicing. But then as I got in kind of my early to mid 20s, I started seeing things differently. I started changing it up a little bit. What's up, Ivory? What's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, I believe that the God exists. Like I say, but I just don't subscribe to religion. Let's see, it's only 1.5 pages long. The Book of Obadiah, I definitely haven't read that. The God came to earth and told the prophets to write the Bible. See, like, that's the thing I don't understand. Right? We could definitely get in depth into that and not have that conversation. Like even though if you want to talk about from the Christian aspect, I don't believe that Jesus was God. And I know that that they consider him God's son or there's different views of that. Because my thing is like, why would God even need to come to earth if he's this all powerful being, And how is he focused in one area? Is he missing out on some stuff elsewhere if he's put all his energy into this one being and living as a human being? So I think that, if the Jesus thing is what you're into, that I feel like Jesus was a messenger, if anything, not God himself. So, there you go. I don't believe in all the fake books like the Bible or Quran. Yeah. Heidi, that's why I fuck with you. You funny, man. You be having me laughing. That's fucking hilarious. The one and only Maji, what's the motherfucking deal? I'm saying welcome to the den. I don't know if I've seen that name before. The way it comprehends God's will. That's what I say, man. I feel like this. And I know people can say, there's books that in the Bible say, nah, you got to do this, you got to do that. All I can do, man, is at this point in my life, try to be the best human being that I can be. Not just for myself, but for others. And not do it because I'm hoping it gets me to heaven or it gets me to this. Do it just because I genuinely want to treat other people with the respect that they deserve. And I tell y'all all the time, though, that's why I say I go out of my way to try to be overly respectful to people and to be open. But like I say, once you cross that line, like I don't feel any particular way about anything that takes place after that. That's just how I feel, man. That's just really what it is. See, I can't remember the last mass I went to without being buzzed. It says, Jesus said, he who follows me and do as I do is my brother. We're gonna start singing, "We are family. I got all my sisters with me." I don't even know. I don't know who all they had with them. Sisters with them? I don't even know they had. What's going down, Joe? What's the motherfucking deal, man? The Catholics are the drinky church. That's funny. I wasn't going to comment on that, but God, I believe, is all powerful and can't be limited to our understanding. But people have manipulated who God is truly in order to finish. So I follow no one. I absolutely agree with that. I think that there are people in power that have definitely manipulated. I mean, when you have organizations, they control the information that gets out. Like, you know, they talking about Catholics. They talk about the shit that's in the Vatican that we'll never know of. You know what I mean? It would be interesting to be able to see what's down there or what's in there. But it is what it is, man. That's why I say I think I got this other belief. And like I said, it may be a little bit far-fetched or whatever. Let's see where we at. We'll slide it back. We'll say about 145-ish. Like I have this belief, this is straying off the God topic a little bit, that people with all this technology and that we have, it's replacing certain natural human abilities. And what I mean by that is, you know, think about, you know, the Indian trackers and you think about, like, I guess this is what made me think about it. Because you used to hear stories back in the day, and this is like the 60s and 70s, and, you know, there was technology and stuff then. And you'd always hear stories about how people would meet up somewhere, or they'd meet somebody they know, and then, you know, they'd separate. And with no communication, with no nothing, somebody may go on this journey trying to find this person. It may be some cross-country shit, you know, and they find a way. There's somehow, some way they end up reconnecting with this person. You know, and you could say it's divine intervention or whatever it may be. But I just felt like people had a natural sense of each other back then. I think there was much more of a human connection, and people were connected, I don't know if you want to say spiritually, because I'm not talking about, you know, in a religious sense, but they just had that, there's a connection between beings. And I think that, you know, like you ever hear people who talk about, oh, well, you know, people can finish their sentences and stuff. Now that could just be familiarity and stuff like that. But I think that the more we use these technologies and the more we use, especially like phones, like right now, people don't like, you can go to dinner with four friends and nobody talks to each other. You know what I mean? And I find it unfortunate, but I just feel like the more technology we have that distracts us, it's taking us further and further away from our natural abilities as human beings. Like, I think there's a lot of things that we can do, the power of the mind that we've yet to tap into, the body. Because if when they say you put your mind to it, you can do it. That's the motherfucking truth. Humans can do some amazing fucking things. Not everybody knows how to tap into that. I think if we were more concerned with tapping into our inner abilities, physical, mental, you know, spiritual, whatever it may be, as opposed to being, you know, fascinated with, so much external shit, I think society would be much better off. I mean, of course it would, because, you know, we wouldn't be all materialistic and shit. We'd be more, you know, on the journey to become the best version of ourselves possible. And I wish, well, I don't want to say, I mean, it would take some devastation and some destruction. I mean, it would take a complete wipeout of the current system that we live in for people to get back to that mentality. And then it would still take years. People would go crazy. People would lose. There's people who would literally probably kill themselves if cell phones were rendered useless. You know, if there was no internet and there was none of that, like this, there would be especially a whole generation who just wouldn't know how to operate. And it makes me laugh because I was thinking about that, because Arian Foster was talking about it this morning. He was talking about how whack our parents were because they had to use maps. Or imagine going on a date with somebody, you show up and they don't show up. You go back home just to get a message on your answer machine, talk about they thought it was tomorrow. How inconvenient is that? But it's just, you know, little off the wall shit like that I think about from time to time. Let's see. me say, answer your question about that cup. Oh, let me see what I missed. That's what I'm saying. What you say? Where did I miss? Where did I miss the cup question? So if I don't know one, I don't care if you're religious or not. My girl doesn't practice any religion. We're cute. We're all human. Jeremiah, what you dancing about there? They had black folk paint on the wall in the Roman Colosseum. Those were Israelites. Yeah, I've heard about that too. I've heard that in some of those Egyptian, in the pyramids and stuff, that they've been trying to whitewash them and things like that. I don't see the question about the cup. I must have missed it. Oh, what kind of magical cup is that? Every time you pick it up, it look empty, but I hear slurping. Oh man, look, it's because of the green screen. It looks crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess the yellow is such a close shade to green. This is my magic devil cup. It magically refills with the good juice. Mm-hmm. Let's see what I'm messing up. See, I'm listening to you, Steve and Honcho, and I'm like thinking about the fairly distant future, like Terminator situation, but occurring on our planet. People afraid to talk. I can see some shit like that. The human versus machine type war. That would be shit. The machine, like, man, have y'all seen some of these new robots and machines? Has anybody watched that Black Mirror show? I've heard a lot of people tell me that Black Mirror is supposed to be good on Netflix. So I'd like to know about that. With all this data and billions of dollars for it, I believe it. That's the one thing. Like I'm very cautious of how I operate online, because all you got to do is get on Facebook, and if it sees all the shit it's promoting to your motherfucking ass and the shit it's trying to put in front of your face, you can tell, what big data is what information is collecting on you. But every time it's trying to make suggestions or anything, when I know that these suggestions are way off and not correct and not even close to what I like, then I'm cool. I'm like, all right, good. They ain't quite got their hooks into me quite yet. Facebook, like I had like some little identifier. She did identify me as a fucking liberal and awesome. I was like, what the fuck? Hell no. See, a guy slips by, pool, comes out 2 a day, goes to a friend's house, sees the piano, sits down, plays. Bach, never heard of Bach, never touched a piano. That's crazy. My brother killed himself without a phone. Yeah. Life ain't easy. It's hard to make it. Say it'd be a lot of he say, she say. Man, look, if some motherfuckers didn't have screenshots, oh, it'd be game over, man. You say it would be game over. So you deleted Facebook 10 years ago? That's awful. But yeah, Facebook ain't really nothing. I use Facebook now because I'm trying to study it for, better marketing and things like that. What would you do if you had STDs? That's awful. Like, not even just one, but multiple? Like, multiple STDs? You can't have just one? Depending on what it is, go get that shit cleaned up. And depending on what it ain't, you might not get that shit cleaned up. But I feel like there's a cure for everything. It's just about what you have to do to get that. Because they were talking about, Dr. Sebi is no longer with us. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Dr. Sebi, but he was cold-blooded. He's cured AIDS, cured like herpes. They were talking about, I think Left Eye had herpes or something like that, and he cured her from it. A lot of that shit, that's why I say too, that's one of the things that kind of got me practicing into fasting. Not herpes, but fucking just knowing the health benefits of it and how, your body can regenerate itself. If we were originally made to be perfect, then I think there's some things we got to take into account. As a matter of fact, I'm talking shit, but I'm going to start off March. March, I always do some type of March Madness tomfoolery. So I'm going to try to backdoor and do another fast for March and get back right. Probably not too long. Probably maybe 4 or 5 days. Maybe like a business week or something like that. So we'll see. The cure to STD is silent. Oh, no, dog. Do I think Blac Chyna has some sort of disease? This new site called MySpace. Look, they revamped MySpace. They was trying to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Me and my partner Tom, Tom from MySpace, that was my dog right there, my boy. Tom had more friends than anybody. I don't know if she has any diseases. I'm not gonna go out and say, "Ah, that bitch just burning up." The same way, like they say, to everybody talk about Rihanna got something. Um, but it's a lot of motherfuckers fucking with that bitch. A lot of well-to-do people. So that's what makes me wonder, like, is it true? I mean, what are they taking the precautions? Or I said, would you rather have all the weed in the world but be poor, or all the money in the world but can't smoke any weed? I want the money. I'd rather have experiences. I can go without smoking. I'd rather not, but I mean, I'd find things to keep me entertained. I'd definitely find ways to stay entertained. Lent started already. I thought Lent started on like Wednesday or something. I don't even know like the religion, so I have no idea. Whether I'd have any weed, be rich, and you probably substitute cigarettes for. I wouldn't. I couldn't fuck with no cigarettes. Not like that. She got rock booty disease. Now that I believe. Lent is the Catholic Ramadan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'd take the money and I'd find some substitutions. Fuck with some Damiana or something like that. Find some natural herbs that keep you relaxed and chill. But see, now if we want to play the technicality game, I mean, we sort of talk about technicals. You know, then I won't smoke weed. I just start doing dabs. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'd have to go. Did Harden ever hit Blac Chyna? I hope not. Yeah, he was fucking with Amber. Shit, they the same motherfucker. That's basically who they best as buddies and shit. And that's why I say that's like my thing too. Like I say, like Amber Rose, it'll never be. I just can't give a woman props, or I can't give anybody props for wanting to be appreciated for just your physical being. I mean, something we all have. We all physical beings. Some people appreciate the BBWs. Some people appreciate the two skinnies. You know what I mean? And some people like fake booties, fake titties, and fake everything else. And then and some people appreciate, you know, shitty fucking sex tapes and shit like that. So you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, like I say, with Amber Rose, and I tell this all the time, I have no problem. I don't care about women being promiscuous. I know most dudes are not with that shit. I can understand that shit, especially if you're a gal, a bitch, whatever. I talk about equality. And I say I'm not going to have the double standards. Like my boy Baker Man said, you know, double standards are the worst standards. If I'm out there fucking around, doing whatever I do, I can't hate on a bitch. Of course, it might not be my ideal situation. But if a bitch is out there fucking like shit, everybody grown. You know what I'm saying? And I'd at least rather have some experience and not be trying to fuck me like Blac Chyna and getting me mad and have to kick her ass out. I'd rather her, you know, at least learn something from your experience. Do something to make me feel good. Yeah, they say they jump all over JJY for being single, but they don't bug her. It's a different stick, but you know, especially like in that in this conservative country, supposed to marry young and buckle down and have a family and raise them right. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's all. I mean, that's the ideal thing. But Harden enjoying his money, he's just doing what he want to fucking do. You know, you got a beard, you're supposed to be a player. Yeah, I appreciate fit, but all natural body. But yeah, like I said, I just like naturalness. That's just my whole, the type of girls like Blac Chyna, Amber Rose. Being a thought is probably something they choose to do, but it's not the best look for so, but they don't care. So that's what I'm saying, like, want to go on a slut walk. Like, I don't care if you're promiscuous. I don't give a fuck. I might encourage it because it makes it easier for me, so I ain't got to fight a whole bunch of barriers to try to get me some action. But I'm not going to praise you, put you on a pedestal. You're not going to get any more appreciation, well, unless I'm smashing, but from me, just because you want to put your sexuality at the forefront. If you are, if you're a freak, if you're whatever, cool. Everybody is, but most motherfuckers just ain't bragging about the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't get brownie points for being a fucking freak. Like, it is what the fuck it is, man. That's my problem with them. Like, I don't care about If she out there, I don't care if she a video vixen. I don't care about none of that shit. But you can't expect me to respect. You respect me. I'm a slut. Don't judge me. I'm thinking about fucking, and you calling yourself a slut, then I'm probably going to be judging like, oh, that bitch is easy. That's just how I'm going to probably see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, word. I didn't even see it. I didn't even see his Instagram shit. But like I say, women are out of. I mean, not women are out of, but it's dudes that are out of there too. Because it's dudes like they just as petty as some of this shit that some of these women are doing. It's like a lot more dudes are acting like females these days, you know. And it is what it is. And like I say, that just. Well, like I said, I can't. I'm not playing the game, but if anything were to happen, and I were to be in a situation like that, that leaves more opportunity for guys like me. But you know, right now, I'm an honest, committed man. I just talk a lot of fucking shit. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Let me see what y'all talking about up in here real quick. The gays put their shit away. That's another thing to me. Like, I don't have nothing. I have nothing against gay people, dog. Nothing. As long as you don't disrespect me with the shit and try, you know, don't disrespect me with the shit as far as trying to cross that boundary, you know I ain't with the shit, then that might get you beat the fuck up. And then it's a hate crime on my part because I'm rejecting your unwanted advances and I gave you a fair warning. But my thing is too, is that why do you have to put yourself out there? Like I was talking about it the other day because I was looking at some shit. I was talking to my old lady. I'm just like, I don't understand. Why? Like I don't understand like the long drawn out S's. How is that a thing? How is it like everybody or every gay dude does that? Like that's a learned behavior. That's not natural. You know what I'm saying? But I can't even fucking do it. You know, the Jalen Ramsey, if you will. And like I say, but as long as you don't disrespect me, I don't care for the flamboyant shit. Like you're being gay, you're the central focal point of your life. It's not that important. If you gay, be gay. You ain't got to put all your shit out in Front Street. You know, I talk shit in the den because this is a controlled environment, but you don't see me going out in public wagging my dick around. I love fucking bitches. You know, I'm proud to fuck bitches. Like, who gives a fuck, dog? Nobody would judge you. Nobody would give a fuck if you keep your business where your business belongs. Instead of you keep your business in the bedroom instead of putting it out on Main Street. You know what I'm saying? When you start putting it on Main Street, when you make your sexuality the focal point of your life, then people will start to judge you. Even the people who do the same motherfucking shit you out there doing, they gonna judge you just because of the way you put yourself out there. And that's just how I see it. And Marilyn Monroe was living in today's society, and like I say, she was a woman who was having an affair with a married man, but you see so many women who idolize her. But like I say, double standards with shit. It is what it is. Monday went to Monday. Now, and I shouted you out on the thing today, but I said that I'm gonna tag you on the Twitter and the gram on the thing. So I'm gonna do that during the day when more people are paying attention. Because if I do it tonight right now, ain't gonna be too many people paying attention. But I did shout out the drawing, and I'll make sure to do it again tomorrow. So absolutely, I saw it out in the sauce. What's sad is that our daughters, nieces, young neighbors are watching these ratchets become exactly. Oh my goodness. That's just that's a whole another night's worth of conversation. I mean, but we can really talk about that, and that's what I say, man. I'm not with that shit. That's why I say, like right now, a bitch if she want to impress me, you can have two women side by side. They could be the both same body type, all that other shit. I'd be more impressed by if you had two women, like I say, exact same body type. You have one who was conservatively dressed but fitting, you know, fully clothed. But I don't know if y'all remember a couple of years ago, they had a chick, they were calling her Teacher Bae because she would go to school and she was a nice figured woman. She was fully clothed, but you had women hating on her because of her body type. She was voluptuous, if you will. You know what I mean? She was an attractive woman. The weave and stuff, you know, I don't care for that. It is what it is, but to each their own. But very attractive woman. And people were hating on her because of the way she dressed. She taught like a second or third grade. That's not appropriate. She's just wearing clothes, and I'm sure the way her body type was that the clothes didn't always come in the the best size for her. But I'd take a woman like that, fully clothed, but you know, attractive, and you can tell, you know, you can see the figure, as opposed to bitch. The bitch could be butt naked and twerking right next to her, same body type. Same, I'm gonna go for the chick that's clothed because it's like some of this shit that got so played out. These ratchets reaching for attention is played out in 2018. Like, I don't know if that's the one thing I have seen on Twitter that I do enjoy now. The new trend is like when these hoes start getting thirsty on Twitter, like niggas will start talking about sports and video games and like everything else. Like niggas ain't giving attention to the thoughts, the thirsty thoughts in 2018. I remember yesterday somebody said that right before we got, I hate the word thirsty. I hate that shit too. Because lame hoes use that shit for everything. You try to be polite, hold the door open for a bitch. I ain't nigga thirsty. Bitch, I'll punch you in the back of your head. Who the fuck you think you talking to? You know what I'm saying? That's why you ain't got no man now, because you think motherfuckers be wanting you when a motherfucker just be polite. That's what a lot of hoes get twisted, dog. A lot of women get that shit twisted. Like, and it's a sad state of affairs. Like, because I've caught myself in a situation I had to check somebody some shit, you know, not too long ago. Like, just because I'm polite to you, or just because I, you know, do things in a certain manner, and I'm having a regular conversation with you, I ain't brought nothing sexual up to you. I mean, I'm definitely probably not sexually attracted to you, or I'm not interested. But because I'm nice, and I guess we talked about it too last night. I told you about the chick who was asking, well, the guy, he brings me food, so that must mean he likes me. No, that means you're a guest in his house, and he's serving you food, and you probably gonna give him some pussy later. So he's just halfway being nice about it. Don't mean that he really like you like that he want to get married and shit. There's a lot of desperate women out there, man, and I find it sad and unfortunate, the things that women do for attention. And a lot of these things that women do for attention is not even to get the attention of men, it's to outdo other women. And it's sad, man. And it's very, very crazy. All right, Joe, what you got, man? What you got? What you got? Plus size model or something that I can get behind? I'll get behind the plus size model. But we've identified it, like I say, there is thick, you know, plump, chunky, and then, you know, you start getting into the bigger stuff, and you start talking about obesity, and you start talking about, so everything's not BBW, you know what I mean? I think the BBW term gets used a little loosely, if you know what I mean. Anybody says, I don't like women who look and dress like men. I could be... You know, and I hope you participate actively in the den. Let's say, because I'm going to have some questions for you in the near future, and I will definitely remember you, because I always remember, you know, unique people who are just a little bit different. Like I say, all the rest of you dudes, you sausage motherfuckers, I don't be giving a fuck about y'all. No, I fuck with y'all. I'm just talking shit. But because it's some questions that I definitely will have about that whole situation. You may be the one who can answer them. You may not be able to be the one who can answer them. But I'm going to address Joe's situation here. Say, here's a question. Who are like female icon roles for young ladies in America? I guess I'll never tell a woman transgender or not, man. The girl was born a boy, you never knew. Porn tags always be no doubt. Let's see, dude, I worked with a transgender who slept with someone and didn't tell him he was a trans. Oh man, that's crazy. It's gonna be as answer, but fictional characters have a real impact on real life. We're gonna talk about both those things. We're gonna touch on the transgender thing, but we're gonna touch on the female icon thing first. To be honest with you, man, I don't really know, because most of the things that I see put forth from women are usually, it has to do with physical appearance, shit like that. And I see more women trying to talk about women's physical appearance than men do. It was a chick who had posted like a little picture. She had a low cut haircut, had the little Snapchat filter on. I think that shit is crazy. But didn't even say nothing. And this other bitch is on, well, she not even that cute. This, and this. But then the bitch who was talking about it was like, looking like she got fucking jumped by a motherfucking pack of motherfuckers with ugly sticks and beat the brakes off her motherfucking ass. You know? And the dude in the picture with him, he should have been ashamed of himself. But it's like, bitch, you not attractive. Just because that one dude telling you that, just because you got a lot of people in your inbox telling you some shit because they thirsty to the motherfucker. These niggas telling every broad that shit. And so how you gonna try to, you know, it'd be the same motherfuckers talking about we need more female empowerment and this, and then you over there talking bad about a bitch who ain't really doing shit. But like I say, with most female icons, I don't know if it's society or what, but it's always something sexual with these singers, with the entertainers, with the actresses. I mean, a lot of the shit is sexual. I don't know who little girls get to look up to. They better start looking up to Oprah or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea. And I think that's sad. I think that's very sad. Cause like I said, I look at a lot of stuff. Because me and my old lady, we argue about a bunch of shit. She says I hate women. That's not the case. I just hate the shit that women be into most of the time. Like I say, I look and I try to study and try to find, like when I look on YouTube and I'm studying this craft, I try to see what women are mainly talking about. And mainly it's gossip, makeup, and relationship shit, you know, how to get a man type shit. That's like the main shit that you see. Can I relate to any of that? No. So why the fuck do I give a fuck what most women are talking about on YouTube? It's going to be few and far in between that I find that are talking about something that I can relate to. And like I say, most of them just don't. And so I don't know. I really need to, I'm going to look into that. So maybe y'all have some suggestions. Y'all can see. First female icon should be mom. Yes, it definitely should be mom. You say this is a BSM figure cares have a real impact on life. After he slept with him. So hold on. Who got their ass kicked? The dude who slept with the transgender, or the transgender got his ass kicked? But then what you got to think about, though, is you got to think about a lot of these poor communities. There's a lot of girls who come from excuse me, I know several of them. Shitty grandma, shitty mama, and raised in a shitty situation. And if they look up to mom and grandma, they're going to be some shitty bitches just like them. I know plenty of them. I know, look, that quote unquote welfare queens. I know that shit that run into some generations. Fucking, you know, your mama in her fucking late 20s and you a damn 18-year-old and shit. That tell you what's going on. Your grandma in her late 30s, early 40s, you know what I'm saying? And shit, you got a great grandma who barely 50-something. What kind of shit going on with that family? That lets you know they popping them out young. You know, it's some low standards out there. So I don't know. I don't know, man. That's very interesting. But the transgender thing, it's crazy as fuck. A lot of women have to extra transgender. I'd rather that one be transparent. Let's open up a sports book when man, that's would be what's up. That would definitely be where the money is. I'm not playing Russian with my kid needs celebrities. I'm trying to be everything. Exactly, and that's what it should be. Like normal women are scared that you don't know. Man, that's what I mean. And the fact that like you say they think it's okay to not say that. No, it's not fair because I remember a story. It was a dude. He was talking. He was talking about. Well, yeah, I've been with this guy for so long now, and we've been trying to get pregnant, or he's been wanting to have a baby, get pregnant. But the thing is, you're thinking it's a woman talking at first, is that he doesn't know that I was born a man. It's like, so you've been in a relationship. So like, how do you feel like this relationship is based on faith and trust when you're a lying motherfucker? So your whole foundation is built on shambles, and then you expect this person is just supposed to be committed to you whether you were born. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but I'm never surprised when you hear about somebody committing a violent act towards people in that type of situation, because you're playing with people's minds, dog. Playing with people's minds. So that's fucking crazy, man. Kids look at Deshaun Watson's mom. Clothes. Women like talking about shopping clothes, shit like that. Yeah, The transgender got his ass kicked? Okay. My grandma was on that pedestal, helped me out through most of my life. She kept it real. That's what's up. Stop jumping in bed with these jump offs, get to know people that actually date, and you eventually know the truth. Yeah. That's what I say. I like my last situation. Like I said, I held off after I had my little hiatus for a while. I was like, man, you know, I can't just be giving this magic stick to any bitch. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure I'm mine right. Because we talk about, you know, bonding and the connection that you get. Even if it's a one night stand, you're still giving a piece of yourself. And somebody mentioned a lot of yourself to someone else when you do those kind of things. Man, yeah, you think you can tell somebody's a tranny from their voice. There's too many surgeries. There's all these techniques. There's money in being able to make these transformations. So, and here's the thing though, and this is why I say I like natural fucking women. It helps me avoid falling into the tranny trap, because tranny gonna have some. It was a fucking female comedian that said that shit too. She like, motherfucker gonna have nice nails, pretty teeth, nice hair. Lunel, yes, pretty teeth, nice hair, fingernails done, toenails done. Nice legs, big old titties, big old booty. But what you don't know, the bitch dick bigger than yours. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Because them motherfuckers, they can go get the Adam's apple shaved off, so it ain't looking at the Adam's apple. I'm going to tell you how to figure it out. I'm going to tell you what you got to do to figure it out. Because they can get the Adam's apple shaved off. They get them fucking injections like the same way singers with Tevin Campbell, I think, used to get like, I could be making this up, but because you know he used to have that high low voice. I heard he used to get them fucking estrogen injections and shit to keep that voice high. So motherfuckers do a lot of shit, dog. You don't think that you could just tell from the way you know. Yeah, I don't care for long nails too much either. Like a certain length I can take, but once they start getting that shit where you can't even function with the shit, I can't lie though. This shit look good when the bitch got some nice nails. She put her hand on your meat. And that shit, that's awesome. But look at them fucking hands, dog. You ain't like, it's just that's the one thing. You look at them motherfucking hands, dog. If that motherfucker look like she could throw a right mean hook on your motherfucking ass, that don't look like she'd have been working on the motherfucking railroad. That's gonna be the clue. That's gonna be your best clue, dog. You know what I'm saying? Say if you can turn an actor to a space and you can make a skinny boy look like a woman, you ain't lying. But part of that is too is like I say is women too, because we mentioned that earlier. Women who, like I say, when women start getting injected with all this fake shit, going to get fake asses, getting fake titties, getting Botox injections, wearing these fake eyelashes, wearing these fucking hair extensions, all that shit, motherfuckers can go do all the same shit. Man, I remember. I forgot where I saw that shit, but they was talking about it. And it was a black tranny dude, and he was basically saying shit like, one, he's like, black women are the easiest to emulate because they wear all this shit, especially with the weave, the wigs, the hair, and all that. And that's part of the reason why I have the set of beliefs that I do, because like I say, the day and age we live in, look. Hey, look, it ain't enough super chat bail money to get me out. You pull a okey doke on me, we gonna have some problems. So I try to stay away from the fakery so I don't get fooled. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That's why you really gotta find a motherfucker you fuck with and hold it down. Can't be. Them bros be looking like Muppets when they get older. So we all have a past when you decide to transform your life. You don't introduce yourself by spilling your past. They want to be women, so they just aren't bringing up a past they would never wanted to live. Man, if she looked like she could throw out what other. But here's the thing, man. I think that that's just something you have to address. But apparently, it's a bunch of motherfuckers fucking with it out there. So, you know, you got to find somebody that you're honest and on that level with. Because then, what happens with a situation like that? Motherfucker trying to have a baby, or he wants to start a family or some shit. It is what it is. So women already run the world. You understand they shape the world. You talk about how little girls don't know who to look up, and that it's created a shitty world. Yeah, them probably look like a Mr. Beginner stream. What about this licking kneecaps? Does that help prevent ACL injuries? Nah, man. Fucking Blac Chyna was on there on the fucking sex tape licking kneecaps, dog. Like I said, I've done some wild shit in my day. We definitely got into some interesting discussions, because we was talking about spitting on motherfuckers and all kind of licking armpits, and we got into some interesting discussions earlier. But Yeah, instead of in the middle of a blowjob, she stopped and started licking this dude's knees and talking about, does that feel good? That shit felt better when you repositioned where you were originally before you decided to start licking my ashy ass kneecap. Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you it was so bad. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm not trying to be funny. It's the worst. I'm not gonna say the worst porn I've ever seen. I've watched a lot of fucking porn, and I like the amateur shit. So I've come across some off the wall and some shit like. Honestly, there's only one other porno that I could think, or one video clip, whatever, that I could think of, and it was like it said ghetto threesome or some shit, but it was two niggas running a train on a bitch, but she was definitely like a street hooker. You know what I'm saying? And it was the conversation that was going on in between. Like, I'm like, why am I still watching this trash shit? I guess I couldn't believe how bad the shit was. That's the only, and I'm not even gonna say it was worse because she was fucking better than Blac Chyna was fucking. It was just everything else that was going on, the whole environment. You know what I'm saying? It looked like these motherfuckers at a crack house and some other shit, and these motherfuckers really trying to have a conversation with this hoe. She's probably strung out on some shit. Like, that's probably what made it worse. I'm just like, what the fuck? Why would you upload this? That might have been the only worst thing that I could think of, but the fucking actually wasn't bad. And I'm like, just, not to be, to be serious, all serious, it fucking wasn't bad. It was just everything else that went with it. But as far as sex on a sex tape, hands down the worst shit I've ever fucking seen in my life. Hands down. No, it wasn't Rob. It was like some, I'd probably rather watch a bitch get pissed on than watch that fucking sex tape, dog. Some random dude, man. What would I do if I fucking gonna find a channel? We'd have some problems. That y'all would wonder what happened. Why aren't there any more Kush dens? Why isn't there any more sauce? Y'all would look up and see, oh, Honcho is locked up for. He must have got deceived by a tranny. Man, there's nothing sexy like it. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you find that erotic? Like, what? She know how to drive a good car. Yeah, if she working the fuck out of stick shift, you might have an issue. You know what I'm saying? She kept sucking talking about the crack, but I don't even know if they were talking about crack. You could just tell she was on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, when I was in high school, I used to not give a fuck. We used to share the fuck out them hoes. Like Lil O say, share the pussy. Yeah, but I was in high school. You niggas ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was happy to get some hype back then. And it was super funny because it was me and I had a partner. We had a habit of somehow always fucking with the same hoes. And I remember one time, I'm leaving the bitch house. He was all the way heading at the door. He's like, you finna go to such? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I just came from that whole house. Yeah, I'll tell the rest of that story at another another time and place. There's some other funny elements to that shit. Oh man, but shit, Blac Chyna's mom was a fucking thought. That's what I'm saying. That shit, like how we talking about look up to a mom and look up to grandma. I forgot what her mom. Her mom got a name too. Something Chinese, Tokyo something or some shit, dog. It was something crazy. Here, let's leave R. Kelly out of this, man. I want to piss on you. Fucking Dave Chappelle's the greatest. There's a Latina lowrider magazine with Crystal Solis. I'm gonna check this out. In my high school days, yeah, shit, even in my fucking junior high days, those motherfuckers fucking at school. I mean, shit, motherfuckers be knowing from a young age. Crystal Solis, I see a bunch of stuff about the fan page, Mexican American hip hop model. Let me see that neck look a little. I don't know, man. I don't know. that's what I'm saying. Like, that could definitely. I know one thing. Whoever it is, they don't give a fuck about the. Oh, she from Houston? I don't care what she is. She got a nice file. I need to talk about the sauce. Whoever it is supporting her ass. 330-6800. I don't know, man. Their faces was the face, the fakery. And then she talking about, I swear I eat like a man. I lift weights every other day, so I had to cut out cardio because my metabolism too fast. You a dude. This picture, she look like a fucking dude. I think that might be a dude, man. That might be a motherfucking man. I think that could possibly be a dude. I don't want to look at these pictures anymore. I don't want to look at those pictures anymore. No, I'm done. Oh, man. Pop up, pick up if you can. Yeah. Let me see if I'll put that one up to, well, if I fucking shut it down. I'll see if I can put that one up. I'm gonna let y'all see. I'm gonna get this picture before we slide up out of here. I'm gonna let y'all see this. Y'all tell me what you think. This is the one I was looking at where I feel like this is quite possibly a dude. This is quite possibly. Let's bust. Well, no, I won't say let's bust it open. Let's not do that. Let's take a look. All right, this right here. I want y'all to take a look at this picture and tell me what y'all think. Let me put it right here. Let me know. Make sure it ain't too small so y'all can see it and shit. I'm just saying, man. Y'all tell me, I followed everything, but I gotta go to bed. I'll be looking like a crackhead to work tomorrow. That's a BET. If you really want to follow some of the other things, you can catch me at Ed Honcho, EDHONCHOHTX. Yeah, you'll catch me more on there. I gotta start using these other. I gotta start using my other Kush and shit because this is a secondary channel. But I do more talking on Ed Honcho and Soft Sports. But yeah, that looks like that's a crazy one. All right, here I'll shoot it to you. Yeah, that's the best way. I hope I spelled that right. Yeah, that's the best way to follow. Like I said, I'm gonna start using the Kush and stuff more often, so that way people can stay on track with that. But we'll have to see. Brittany Razavi. See, I don't really, honestly, I don't be following a lot of hoes on fucking Snapchat. I don't be with all that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I do follow, I didn't even know I did. I do follow Show Palace, the strip club on that bitch. So, I can't say all the way I don't be. Look, I like to have a little eye candy from time to time. You know, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of eye candy. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm the Migos manager. Take off. Nah, I'd have to chill on that one, man. I'd probably have to chill on that one, man. So I definitely, I don't know what her name, Crystal, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that's a no go. I'm gonna have to say that's a no go. Man, I try to. Like I said, I still have a little, like I have a limit of how much I'm gonna consume. You know, prior to, you know, depending on how the conversation goes, and depending on how I feel. And once I start feeling myself getting to a certain level, I'll either start easing up or I'll chill. Cause trust me, I know with that alcohol. Y'all ain't heard the worst. Y'all ain't heard the worst of it. It can get wild, man. But I'm almost down to my last sip or two. And but I appreciate you joining us tonight, man. It was you were a very welcome presence, and we hope to see you again soon, man. Hope you see you again very soon. Let's see. Where we at? Let's see, the suspects up with Alicia in H-Town. I'm gonna have to be like, look. I'm gonna say, look, I got questions. I'm gonna start taking a polygraph with me, a little mini polygraph wherever I go. Summer Rae. I'm gonna have to. I'll look into it. Oh man. Oh man. So, but yeah, we were talking about knee keeps, and how you talking about you turn the actor into a space alien. Yeah, that's that. I mean, you could do anything these days. Uh, no reefer in today's stream. I gotta. I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna bust a movie tomorrow because, like I said, I got going a little bit late, and if I would have made some moves, I would have. I'd have been late to get the stream going. So I say, we'll swap it up from time to time and see. Because I think that the streams do vary. Like, say, drinking streams are a little bit different than the weed stream. The weed stream, I start getting sluggish towards the end. I do notice that. Like, depending on what I'm smoking, sometimes I get a little crazy. Sometimes I get, more sluggish and just kind of chilling. With the alcohol, I noticed that the energy level seems to sustain, but the conversation does get a little bit wilder. So like I said, I think I'll switch. I'll go back and forth from time to time. But y'all know I prefer smoking over everything. Yeah, we're going to need a birth. But shit, now motherfuckers is making it where they can get their birth certificates. Oh, it's a bunch of crazy stuff that's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I be on that level. Like, once I get to a certain level, I start saying some crazy shit. If I could just, like, not the stuff that be going on in my head, not to say it like that. I wish that I could just take the thought, the ideas, the imagery that's in my mind when I smoke it. If I could just transplant that onto the fucking screen, we will never have a Coke then. Unless you talk about Coca-Cola Classic getting mixed with some Crown or some shit. Shit. That ain't gonna ever happen. Y'all ain't look now. If I want to bring a guest on and y'all want to see if we maybe something like that. Shrooms, probably not, because I don't know how that type of shit would make me act. Some acid, I might fuck around and start trying to climb in the stream or something on y'all ass. I don't know. One, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to get no fucking acid. I wouldn't even know if I would trust it to be quality stuff. Like, I'm telling you, like, drugs like that, that's the shit you only buy from white people. I got certain drugs that I can buy from certain people. Weed, I shop with anybody on some weed. But you talking about like acid and that psychedelic shit, I'm gonna need that shit from white people. They're more well versed in those kind of drugs. You know what I'm saying? About 2 hours and 42 minutes, which is significantly long. We'll be finna wrap it up here in just a second, because like I said, I think I killed my last little shot. So we doing a Coke then. I'm step away. I'm telling you, it's the cocaine is a hell of a drug. Look. Y'all ain't finna have me out this motherfucker looking like motherfucker be goddamn, I can't even think of his name right now. Rick James, bitch. Yeah, they ain't gonna have me Rick James. I'm be slapping on the fucking screen and shit. They bring a prostitute for 1K8 on the Kush den. We'll bring a that's what we gonna do. I'm gonna see. We gonna do some interesting stuff on the Kush den. I'm gonna figure out some things to diversify. Favorite alcoholic drink? I prefer drinking. Like I said, we just talking about liquors, vodka. But if we talking about I guess a mixed drink or something, I don't know if I necessarily have a preference. But if it's vodka my drink, I'd probably drink some vodka cranberry, vodka orange juice, something simple. What do they call it? A screwdriver, something like that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Little crowded Coke is cool too. I don't mind that. Actually, one of my favorite fucking drinks. And this is one I would suggest y'all try it. Let me make sure I got the combination right. It's I'm trying to think what did we mix that with? It's fucking is it cranberry? No, but it's apple fucking Crown. You get you a lime, and I want to say did we mix that shit with cranberry? I'm trying to think because man, that shit tastes fucking good. It might be apple crown, cranberry, and lime, and it sounds awkward. I want to make sure that's it. It's been a while since I've had it, but that shit is, cause that apple crown, dog, that shit'll get you fucked up quick. You won't even realize shit is sweet. But anything is possible. Anything is possible. Ray Goose is yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to figure it out because earlier in the chat, you know, fuck and all that other shit was cool, but then like now I see that you saying that it ain't going through. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know why it does that, man. You say Wild Turkey Red Bull. That sounds like a night waiting to happen. You start mixing liquor and energy drinks. No, we finna have a party, man. You say Lawrence Taylor might be one of man. That dude used to get fucked up and go play fucking football, dog, and ball out, dog. Like shit. That motherfucker was a bad mamma jamma. See, now imagine if J.J. Watt did cocaine. How much better would he be? You know what I'm saying? He would, oh man, look. Kill it. Oh yeah, he did have that little situation. That motherfucker did a bunch of off the wall shit, dog. That shit there. Man, alcohol and energy drinks is a party waiting to happen. Now I'm not saying it's gonna be a good outcome. But you combine that shit, you finna start fucking, you gonna definitely turn up whether you want to or not. But man, like I say, my friends are dead. I appreciate y'all for fucking with your boy. No time damn, it's been I ain't even updated the shit for an hour as to what we've been talking about. We got into God and religion, and then it just went on some other shit after that. But I appreciate y'all for fucking with the den. You know, some of the newbies who have come and gone, and say pretty sure Kush played coked out before. We'll have to find out. We'll have to speculate that. We'll have to see what's up with that. But like I say, with that being said, man, y'all ain't gotta go home, but y'all know how it goes. Y'all gotta get the fuck out the den. But we'll do this shit again tomorrow. And I'm gonna holler at you probably tomorrow, Trizzy. I'll chop it up with you on some things. But with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool, man. Get out. Close the motherfucking door. Shit.